The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Observer, and you said, who needs a win more today, the Kings or Huddersfield Town over Preston North End? The Town needs it about like literally 35 times more.
Well, I'm biased.
Yeah, so
I am also biased.
I know. 1 point ahead of relegation with just a handful left. Preston's.
Aren't the Kings kind of in the relegation mode?
No, God, that is the thing, man. Like,
play-in versus playoffs?
it is such an insane penalty to get relegated. Like, it's almost, I don't like it. I thought I liked it before. Now that a team I love is involved in it, like, it's too much. It's like almost a death penalty.
The Kings would have been a death penalty.
They would, dude. The Kings would have been in the H League.
Yeah, in the defunct CBA.
Yes.
And in the chasm of soccer fans and watching a game today, Manchester City plays Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You use the word chasm.
It is.
Just so people, like, let me put that in American terms here. That in like normal non-soccer terms. That's like I came in and I was talking about how like I need to make more money. My child is malnourished and she's really struggling right now with walking around because her blood sugar's so low. And then Chris is like, well, in other news, also, we're all going to the Morton's buffet today and I just don't know what to order. Like, it's a
really tough one.
That's his world of problems.
Hey, and the Yankees play the Marlins.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. It is, man, just imagine a world. First, well, the best thing is there's no tanking. Like, you want to solve tanking, relegation instantly solves tanking. There is no tanking. But just imagine a world where you're rooting for whatever's world. Yes. The Niners, the Yankees, the Kings, whatever. And instead of worrying about, well, might not make the playoffs or might finish last or, well, time to move on to next year. It's like, nope. Jason, if you guys don't finish a game ahead of the Twins who are in last place, you're a AAA team next year. And then you have to be top 2 in your league just to get back to Major League Baseball.
Oh, also all those players that you like, probably gone.
Yeah, Aaron Judge, not playing in AAA. You can't afford it anyways. Yeah. You just lost half your salary cap.
I would have been regulated in our pool.
Relegated
too.
Yeah,
regulated.
Either way. Yeah,
it's different in the pool.
Remember when last night I sent you that text?
I saw it today.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
It was like a pointless text. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you would have had a perfect bracket.
Utah State screwed me out. Perfect region out of Midwest. Finished 49th. It's respectable. Top 50, whatever. That's a respectable job.
Yeah.
congratulations to the winners, of which I don't know. I know Courtney. I don't know the other ones.
Not Sean Cunningham.
Sean Cunningham and Sean James and Sherritts, our former PD, like had Purdue won, 3 of the winners we know really, really well.
Yeah.
UConn won, and they lost a lot of play money. A lot of makeup, fun, Monopoly money.
Thanks, Zach Edey.
Yeah, Zach Zakidi. Farhan Zakidi. Wait, Zakidi, is that a CNN? No, that's
it's an Italian dish.
That was zucchini.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, where were we going there? Brackets. And then I was looking
regulation.
I was looking at the bottom. Yeah, I went all the way down to the bottom. I was like, oh, it was a tough bracket for the Ross family.
Yes, a couple of us down there. Yeah.
Is it?
Hey, if you're not first, you're last.
You're not first, you're last. And was I right there? Because
I was point shaming.
I think you kind of.
I took some money.
Are you Shohei Ross?
Yes.
Is there something?
My interpreter was really off.
Now, am I right that the very, very, very last place person is also a relative of yours?
Correct. Sister-in-law.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a rough. But you know what? Like you said, doesn't matter if you finished in 10th or dead last. Same amount of play money.
Correct.
It makes me think, though, like, what would really putting us in that world, what would it have been like in this town? Like, for example, right now, let's say instead of the Kings fighting, like, let's say the 6th spot that they're fighting for with the Suns and the Pelicans and kind of the Lakers. What if that was the relegation line? And what would our shows be? And what would this town be right now if we don't catch Phoenix, for example? We have to play all next year in the G League.
Yeah.
And then, like, well, I guess in this case, the
truly
Lodies.
Yeah.
Like, it adds a whole new level of depression and angst and anxiety to the whole thing. It's almost too much to put. I think it's that is why I think I've figured it out over the last year, really being embedded in this stuff. I think that's why there's so many absolute whack jobs over there that are soccer fans. Like, that's why, because it's way too much pressure to put on
healthy
these
or
people.
not whack jobs.
Whack-a-doodle dandies.
Okay.
No feather in the cap and no macaroni. None of that stuff. Like, I think that's why they're always beating the hell out of each other and getting hammered. It's because it's too much for a human being to deal with.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, guys like Chris are over there in Morton's like, yes, well,
our team has nothing to worry about.
We do. I mean, we're looking for our 4th title in 4 years, and the Champions League. I don't know. Are we going to put a new muffler on the Benz, or are we going to go electric? Yeah, you have problems too there, you and the pores. That's what he's dealing with.
That sounds like Chris.
Saw Chris socially last night.
Yeah. We were out and about. We were in the wild.
We were hanging.
Yeah.
Like dudes, just chilling.
I felt it was an honor to meet Steven.
Yes. Met Steven. Talk to him.
He's up already. I know it.
It was okay.
Oh, Chris.
Wow, Chris. That's terrible.
Yeah. He is a big fan of the show.
He is a big fan of the show. He's a big fan. He was out there. He's
very nice.
Very sweet guy. Was super nice of him to show up. Some folks, I guess they had reserved booths as part of the deal.
Yeah.
It was super nice. A lot of really cool to meet.
It was a stunner, though, when you walked in the room. It's like the world stopped.
I didn't, and the thing is
and Chris said something funny.
Yeah, he did. Chris's first reactions
Yeah.
are generally the best ones.
Yes.
And it was genuine.
It was genuine.
Hey, what did you say again, Chris?
I just, what the hell?
I thought it was something else, but yeah, I was wanting something. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't tell you this last night, but I actually got there about 5 minutes before I walked in. Shut up. Here, Chris. I did. And I was like, how do I just sneak in? Like, I just want to come in and sit down and not. Can I just sneak? Is there a way I can sneak?
That's a tough place to sneak in.
It is.
Actually, in hindsight, the door you ended up going out
Yeah,
of, like
yes.
if you just kind of like popped in and like, oh, I was here.
Yeah. That I didn't know that existed.
I didn't either.
I came in the front door and I just kind of tried, hands in my pockets, just try to come over, little hat on. I just wanted to support.
Right.
say hi.
It's a good turnout.
It was a really good turnout. Thanks to everybody there at the field house for showing up. And I will say this, though, because I'm in radio, and of course, we all have our own little picadillos and egos. One thing that did hit me when I was there was like, where was all this when we did remotes? Like, the whole, that was pretty much the whole station, but Whitey and Kyle there.
Right.
So, like, the whole station's out there.
And the other Kyle.
And the other Kyle.
Yeah,
the two Kyle. Interesting.
He would have eaten everything.
Yeah. Why was he running the board or something?
No.
Why wasn't little Kyle out there? Young Kyle. That's weird. Free food.
Yeah.
What is he doing? But yeah, it was a good turnout. Half our sales staff was there.
Yeah.
Scotty the Body
Some
Marsh.
management.
Louie was out there. Yeah, management was out there. I mean, the whole thing was just really, really
supportive of the fastest growing show in all of the land.
In all of the land.
Yeah.
And I feel like, if I'm being honest, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but does last night, like, that gets me good for like 2 or 3 years, right? As far as remotes and stuff.
You've avoided relegation.
I think so. That's exactly what. Yeah, like get out. And
it might be longer than that, because then people are like, I don't remember. Oh no, Dave was at.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
I just went to one.
Yeah,
wasn't even mine.
Right.
What do you got? Yeah, we weren't getting nothing.
I think you're probably good to like 2030.
I think so too.
Yeah,
maybe the last appearance ever.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I found that it's weird. I thought it was when you get older, you're supposed to get more social. Is that not how? Because that's
you were
not
plenty social there.
Once I was there.
Yeah.
But then,
so what were you thinking about in the car? You're like, just seriously, how can I sneak in?
Yes, 100%. Like, I want to go out. It did kind of hit me yesterday.
What if you wore a mask?
If I wore like
not
but like a full like a Richard Nixon mask. I still feel like they would have known.
Yeah.
Like, at least our people would have known.
Richard Nixon's here.
The body shape. Yes. No, the ride home, though, I was just like, I'm not going to lie. The ride home was like, okay, we're good. Deep breath. We're good. I was very proud of myself. I stayed longer than I thought I was going to stay. I did. I think I was there for like at least probably 40 minutes.
Yeah, you were there.
30 minutes, 40 minutes.
And then plus you didn't say goodbye to anybody. So everyone thought that you were there longer.
Yes. That's the point.
I thought you said goodbye.
I said goodbye to our listeners. I did make sure to say goodbye to all them. I said goodbye to you. You were right by the door, but I didn't do the whole like, hey, there I did. Okay. And then it's like 30 minutes later. You're finally
I'm with you on that. I would like to get in and like you're there and then leave without like a scene.
100%.
Something good.
And I didn't know what the food situation was, so I just got something to share with people. But I also knew that I had food waiting for me at home. And honestly, after last night, and had I known then what I knew then, if I knew when I was at the place what I found out, what I know now, I would order more food.
I could, huh?
My wife is trying new things. God bless her, and she followed the recipe. Have you ever had Mississippi pot roast? Which sounds like a Urban Dictionary thing.
Look, I dabbled in college.
Okay, so these are Mississippi pork chops. You basically put pork chops in a crock pot along with like an entire, those little green pepperoncinis. You pour the whole thing in there with the juice and everything. A couple packets of onion soup mix or something like that. A couple of veggies, whatever. And the whole point is this very tangy, a little spicy, whatever thing. It was spicier than that. Well, it wasn't crazy spicy going down. But let's just say,
has there been there's already been an exit?
Oh yeah. Multiple.
Oh.
Let's say the New Jersey Turnpike is happening right now. And
keep it moving.
Yeah, keep it moving. It feels like I took a Hall's cough drop suppository right now.
Oh,
smooth.
Yeah.
Gross.
Supposedly refreshing.
Yeah.
But very, very mentally. So
interesting.
I can't confirm or deny this. You probably have nothing to worry about today because I ain't trusting anything. But if in fact that
you have
changes
to depart for a little bit, we know why.
Maybe. I think we're good. I was thinking more of the studio atmosphere may not be ideal for you today. And if that's the case, I apologize.
It's okay. I want to say I'm used to it. Not from you.
No.
From others I get to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole different Donnie. We'll take a break. Welcome in, everybody. Love your show. Good to see all of you out there. When we come back, we got a big show for you today. Jason, I think there's a typo here. I know we shouldn't do this stuff on the air because at 7 a.m., it says that we have the legendary Gerald joining us from Oklahoma City. And that's too good of a get for us.
That's confirmed.
Is that confirmed?
Yes.
Wow.
The G-Man.
You put him at 7, though?
This was by request from the G-Man. You remember it's 9 there. He's got work. I said, hey, G-Man, prime time, 8 o'clock with like the big heavy hitters. It's like, well, I'm working. I'm going to be at shoot around.
Yeah. No, I understand. It's
the final week, Dave. It's crunch time.
I understand, and honestly, we'll take him at any time. The ideal time to have G-Man on, honestly, is
6 to 10,
9:45.
Yeah,
because what are we doing after? What are we going to do after he gets off the?
That's true.
What's the rest of the show? Should be over.
I think he should be in for all 4.
Ask him. So he'll join us at 7 a.m. Kings OKC tonight. We have a national champion, and we were just talking about women's head coaches in the NBA. We might have an update for you. Big show for you. Leading off next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Slightly Stupid. Live in concert. Saturday, April 27th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. With special guest Fortunate Youth. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Slightly Stupid live.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Ellis, he'll try for 3. It's no good. And now with just 18 seconds to go, shot clock's off. Mark Dagnall's club will keep the record intact of not losing 3 consecutive games at any time this season. The Thunder will record their 36th win against 17 losses. They will break a losing streak against Sacramento, where the Kings had won the last 8 meetings. And the final score in this one is 127 to 113. Thunder get the win, and the Kings will start thinking about moving on to play the red-hot Phoenix Suns.
Hey, you know what, Jason? No. I'm Dikembeing that.
Yeah, not allowing it.
Feeds the pass out to Monk. 2 on the clock. Got to shoot it off the bounce for 2. It's no good. Rebound. Tip back out on the wing, and Harrison Barnes has it. And that will basically do it for Sacramento. 10 seconds to go. The light the beam chant thundering through Golden One Center as Harrison Barnes tees up a 3. It's no good. Back tap by Sabonis. Herter has it. The horn sounds, and the Kings have won their season tournament opener in a pursuit of the NBA Cup by a final score of 105 to 98.
Hey, remember that?
I remember that. Honestly, one of my top 5 in-season cup memories in my life was that game.
In your life?
In your life. Yes, it was. Oh, that moment.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. Yeah.
Think that, Thunder.
Yeah, Thunder. Start out with a win.
Yeah.
Kings Thunder tonight. the final game of the road trip before they come home to play the Pelicans. I was thinking about this too last night. Just again, this is the sickness of being a Kings fan. I was like, I don't know who's going to win tonight. Like, honestly, it's going to be hopefully a fun game. But I'm just like already like thinking ahead, no matter what happens tonight. Like, you're coming home off an East Coast 4-game road trip to play the Pelicans, who have absolutely waxed you all year long. Like, I feel like the line, if Vegas is smart, the line for that Kings Pelicans game should be like Pelicans by 12.5. It's not gonna be. It'll probably be even or Kings 1.5. But you have the. Would it be fair to say the Pelicans have been the Kings' worst matchup this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, right? No one else has beaten them 4 times.
No, and only one of them was even, if I remember correctly, only the one in New Orleans was only one of them was a good game even. And then on top of that, like them coming back from a road trip is notoriously terrible. So, but hey, a lot going on, Jason.
Yeah.
The Suns hosting the Clippers tonight. The Pelicans playing in Portland. Obviously, the Kings in OKC. There's a lot going on. Lakers, Warriors.
Yeah, there's a lot to follow this evening. And, I mean, yeah, some of the things we're going to go over a little bit later, like the best case scenario, worst case scenario for tonight. There's plenty of things to root for. And first and foremost is the Kings finding a way to beat OKC.
Just beat them. I mean, and it's
Just
not
do it.
It's not like OKC is really playing for anything. I mean, they're a game out of the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Just look, if the season ended today, they're the 3 seed and they play the Suns. That's an easy. Wouldn't you rather play the Suns than the Pelicans or Kings?
Well, and yeah, the other thing you could do is if you're the Kings, if you beat them, you help your chances of being 6. You hurt their chances of being 1 or 2. I mean, this could be, in a perfect world, like in the world the Kings want to get to as 6th, this could be your playoff matchup. If they get to where they want to, which I think will be difficult, but this could be your playoff match.
Not to mention too. Well, let's see. The Mavericks right now are 31-20 in conference. The Kings are 29-19. You know how that works. Do they even play the same amount of in-conference games?
No, Dallas still has. I think they play Detroit, and Charlotte still.
Well, you've got the Thunder, the Pelicans, the Suns. So every game the Kings play from here on out is in conference. So they're still. I mean, again, Dallas is a little blue sky, if you will. But stranger things have happened, right?
Right.
Like that eclipse. That's what I forgot to add. I go home yesterday. I'm eating I turned the Euro meat into a wrap because we were out of pitas, apparently. Not like hey, I'm a Euro, like that, a wrap, W-R-A-P. And I turn on the TV and one of the news channels, it might have been NBC, where it's like, eclipse around the country. Oh my God, people were losing their minds.
Well, it's far different in other places, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't much of anything here.
It wasn't, but I
like for it to be dark for whatever they said, like 6 to 10 minutes in Texas or what, like the peak.
Right.
Area, 100% darkness.
And they were like legit going like
like animals were freaking out and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, I know I did see that like an ostrich laid an egg.
Oh,
like for real.
The eclipse egg. The rare known eclipse egg.
The rare known
gross.
We had a correspondent out there.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Totality, we're in it and we're behind a cloud. But I still want you to appreciate the darkness that we are experiencing. And by the way, our temperature has dropped. We're down to 72 degrees. I can even see a blue spot right there. Come on. We've got 4 minutes. The crowd is willing it. Yes! Just for a minute, just for a second. But I'll take it. I will take it. Look at it. Oh my God. We got it. We got it. Oh my God.
Eclipse Emily was really into it.
Jeez. Sounds a little like the morning we got the A's.
Would you like to expand on that?
Just there were some people in town, I think, that were incredibly excited, but instead of the Eclipse, it was the A's.
Yeah.
That's there's nothing really to expand on. Someday, Chris, you're gonna die, and I'll probably die first, but we're gonna meet each other in hell, and I'm just gonna kick you right in the nuts. I just, but it's hell, so you'll be used to it. But we'll be right next to each other.
He kicked me right in the dingle.
That's right. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Oh yeah.
It is a UConn coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions.
Husker.
Number 1 lives up to the billing.
Okay. UConn. Not me-con. UConn. Repeats. It's national champion. I've noticed UConn. Okay, I'm just going to throw something out there and see if it sticks. And I don't have the proper context nor history in front of me to make this work. I found myself towards the end of the game last night looking at UConn and going, I think this might be the most well-coached college team I've ever seen in my life. Throughout the tournament, anytime they were challenged, we talk about adjustments. It's like, oh, wow, they're actually getting challenged. It's close. Oh, wait, it's a 22-point lead.
Yeah.
I thought their strategy was perfect yesterday. And the way, not just that they dealt with Zach Edey, who got his own, but it was like, okay, he's going to get his. We're going to focus on everyone else.
He missed a lot, too.
He did miss a lot near the basket.
To their credit, to UConn's credit.
But they're so unselfish. They regularly run. The thing I think that was most impressive is the way they ran their offense with such patience, and Purdue's playing great defense for 20, 23 seconds, whatever, and then
boom,
they convert. The IQ is off the charts, and that's obviously players, but I think Dan Hurley is fantastic.
Purdue would maybe sneak in a little full court pressure, boom, 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 3 passes, layup, or dunk.
Yes.
All right, they were ready for that, carved that up. It actually didn't feel like it was really that close. I know they ended up winning kind of comfortably, but it just I never felt like Purdue was going to win. In the first half, they were okay, but as the second half went along, I'm like, yeah, this feels like a mismatch.
What was Purdue's biggest lead? Like 3 or 5 or something
early
like that?
on.
Yeah, early on. And then UConn just this is always my go-to comparison for this situation, but UConn was very Floyd Mayweather-y in his prime, where Floyd was famous for the first 2 or 3 rounds, maybe even longer. It's like, oh, we might have a fight here. He's really taking it to Floyd, and then inevitably, regardless of who he was fighting, Floyd would just like download the schematics and then just shut the guy out the rest of the way and have this unanimous decision. And that's how I felt like UConn, where they just downloaded, oh, okay, this is what they're doing. All right, so this, let's move this chess piece here, here, and here, and voila.
Yeah.
Nobody really on UConn. They don't have any, star powery. I mean, no disrespect to the guys, but there's no Zach Edey's, there's no Caitlin Clark's. It's just a team of really good, solid players.
Yeah.
So, not as entertaining as the women's game.
No,
by the way.
No.
We'll talk about that a little bit next. We got to take a break. When we return, UConn wins. The Hurley dynasty is a real thing. And we have some numbers on the women's tournament that if you're wearing socks, get ready for them to get blown off, because they are eye-popping. And I know we've got a break, but Jason, I felt like last night compared to Sunday afternoon, when you looked at the energy between the two games, not that it was a dead crowd or anything, but there was just far more of an electricity, far more of an energy around the women's final than the men's final. And honestly, maybe the men need to switch to electric full time at the behest of our friends at American Energy Heating and Air. I thought I caught Chris there playing Royal Match or something, but I don't know what he was doing. I never know what he's doing on his phone. It's none of my business. Do whatever he wants. Yeah. Switch to American Energy's idea of electric only and get rid of those stupid PG&E bills that nobody likes. Nobody likes them. Remember that one time you were like, hey, here's the PG&E bill. I'm so happy. That's literally never happened. Well, Figure it out. Get a high-efficiency system installed by American Energy and say bye-bye to all those fluctuations. Tons of spring specials. Huge rebates from SMUD as well, up to $9,000. And all you got to do is have American Energy come out to your house and perform a free energy efficiency analysis. And they can point out where you can save money for free. Like, legit. They will come out, no cost. Hey, if you do this, 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 and this, you can save this, this, and this. Oh, my God. Thank you so much, American Energy. I love you guys. That's what you'll sound like. 916-520-9990. Call 916-520-9990 now. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. When we come back, UConn wins, and the women's ratings are in. Woof. Pretty crazy. We'll talk about it next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And here's Purdy going to throw one deep, wide for Debo. Made the catch on the back shoulder. Touchdown! San Francisco!
And a back shoulder banger for Debo Samuel.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Tuesday. We're looking at a warmer day today after a comfortable start to the morning. Into the afternoon, we'll have plenty of sunshine, light northwest winds, and highs today climbing to the upper 70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Hi, everyone. It's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Tub Shed, Pandon Treatment Centers, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When Cynthia came to TurboTax, she just launched her new side gig, a true crime podcast.
I'm a first-rate detective with a golden voice.
As her TurboTax expert, I made her second income count by guaranteeing 100% accurate filing and her maximum refund.
What did she do with that refund? Find out next week.
Switch to Intuit TurboTax and make your moves count. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Your one-stop Honda shop.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop.
With Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
What an amazing run. It is a UConn coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions. #1 lives up to the billing. They defeat Purdue 75-60. They've done it again.
Hey, I got a question for you, Carmichael Dave.
I got an answer for you, Jason Ross.
I know you like to talk about play-by-play guys, broadcasters, or gals as well. I'm a big fan of Iron Eagle.
I am too.
I think that, Jim Nantz is fantastic, but it was a nice, I don't know. I didn't need Jim Nantz gone by any means, but Iron Eagle there is going to be great.
I agree with you. By the way, I 100% agree with you. Iron Eagle is going to be fantastic. And I forget where I was, but I only had video. I didn't have audio. And they had like Jim Nantz. I think it was over the weekend, maybe. It was the start of the Final Four. And Jim Nantz showed up in he
was like a fan, right?
Right. And I'm like, is he just there to be there to be there? Or what is he doing? So he's just,
hello, friends.
He's pulling it back, I guess.
Yeah. Keeping football and golf.
Well, he better, if I'm him, arguably being the voice of the Masters, you can make an argument that is the best gig. Like Jim Nantz has the best gigs. And
it's pretty great.
And the fact that Jim Nantz lives off one of the holes at Pebble Beach and has a par 3 hole in his backyard and a PA system where every year, traditionally, he'll have a bunch of pros over and they sit around and drink wine and have a par 3 contest while he announces it. And he's also been known to show up around some of the tees at Pebble Beach. There's a video of some random golfer dudes out there, and Nantz is on the tee, and they ask Nantz to call the shot, and the guy's literally his hands are shaking because Jim Nantz is about to call his shot out loud. I couldn't do it, dude.
Would you rather, though, honestly, if you and I went out there, and Jim Nantz happens to be there, hey, caller. I would authentically try my best, but would it be more memorable if you just shanked?
It would be more memorable.
Because, if you hit a good one for you and I, and it's he pipes it down there for 220 yards. Well, short of what he needed on this par 5, but instead it's boy, Ross may want to re-tee up that one. That was a grounder and did not pass the ladies' tee. Hello, friends.
Hello, friends. That tee box was not his friend. The one interview nobody wants to hear on this show, I can promise you that. I'll just tell you right now. If you ever hear that we booked Jim Nantz, just find something else to do, because the amount, especially on YouTube, because the puddle of slobber in front of me, I don't know that there's too many other people I would slobber that much over. I've gotten through 2 interviews with Will Clark before.
Yeah.
Pretty dry. Jim Nantz, remember Remember that one time when your first year doing the Masters and Jack Nicklaus won it in '86? Like, tell us
about it.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
And we're like, God forbid we're out at Pebble Beach, which we used to do every year, which we need to start again. And he sits down with us. The whole thing, I'd just be, hey Jim, hello friend. Can I be your friend? Can you hello friend me?
Can I call you James?
We gotta look. The men's tournament was great and blah blah. The women's tournament's the story. We don't know what the numbers are gonna be, but it's an almost absolute lock that Iowa, South Carolina will pull bigger numbers for their championship.
Oh, for sure. And for multiple reasons. One, just everything that was trending. And two, what a huge advantage for them. Not that they even needed it, but ABC versus TBS.
Also, Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern versus midday, afternoon.
But they didn't need any help. You could have put them at the worst time on a terrible channel, and the women would have crushed it.
Have you happened to have taken a gander at the numbers? Yeah,
I thought I saw something, but I don't know.
The Iowa South Carolina National Championship game averaged 18.7 million viewers. Now, where does that rank with women's basketball over the last 5 years? It's number one.
Yeah.
Where does that rank? Where does that rank with college basketball over the last 5 years? It's number one. Now, in the category of like NBA, though, when it comes to most watched games over the last 5 years, it's number one.
Yeah.
Finals, game sevens, game fours, any playoff game, any regular season game on ABC on a Sunday.
Steph, LeBron,
any of it.
Luka,
no basketball game, pro or collegiate, over the last 5 years has been watched more than Iowa, South Carolina.
I don't know the answer to why. I mean, I watched them all.
I did. It's, and you can't say this without sounding disrespectful, and I couldn't be more respectful when I say this, but that's called the Caitlin Clark effect.
Mm-hmm.
And coming up at 7:30, we need to talk about that because I can think of one person. In fact, y'all have 50 minutes to come up with this. The only comparison I can think of, top of my head, to compare to Caitlin Clark and what her effect has been on the sport ratings-wise is Tiger Woods. It's the only thing I can think of. So I know there's others that we can throw out there, but I don't know if there's one that we can think of that belongs in that category. We'll take another break. When we come back, safe or out? Is the Giants season over effectively? 11 games into the year. We'll talk about that. We got other baseball questions for you as well, including one about play-by-play. Speaking of, we'll do that next.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee-owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, the Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's going on for Dodge's Last Call sales event?
We're celebrating 75 years in business by offering 75 new Dodge Chargers and Challengers at enormous discounted prices to say thank you. Right now, get your hands on the last of the gas-powered 2023 Dodge Charger and Challenger GTs and SXTs. And save up to $13,000 off MSRP. But you better hurry in because you only have until April 13th.
How about the Scat Packs? You got any deals on those?
Yep. We've got some of the biggest savings I've ever seen. But like I said, you better hurry in because these are the very last of the gas-powered Chargers and Challengers. And you only have until April 13th to cash in on this anniversary savings.
Well, you better get moving to Hoblet Dodge in Woodland or search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on Dodge Charger Challenger SXT after 8420 factory rebates and 4,600 dealer discounts. May include 500 first responder cash. Must be current member of eligible First Responder Association. 10% savings. See dealer for details.
Welcome to a brighter future with Aztec Solar, serving Sacramento since 1980. Everyone knows that solar saves money. How much? The answer is a few clicks away. Visit yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable, giving you instant insight into your potential savings.
I used to pay $400 a month to the power company, and that $400 a month added up to $48,000 over the past 10 years. That all changed when I switched to solar with Aztec Solar.
Now it's your turn to stop overpaying for electricity. Calculate your solar savings right now at yourpowersavings.com, and Aztec Solar will email or text you how much you'll save every month. Plus, we've got an exclusive offer for you. Get your solar electrical system for just $9,995 cash price after incentives. Don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Visit yourpowersavings.com today and take the first step towards energy independence with Aztec Solar.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I showed my wife that clip of the end of WrestleMania with The Undertaker and The Rock and all that stuff. And she actually grew up a huge wrestling fan.
Now she's back in.
And The Undertaker was her favorite.
It's scary how close your wife and I's, like...
You honestly, you're 100%
growing up, like, very similar.
Would love hanging out with... Well, you've hung out with them. You guys, you're both snarky asses. You both have no problem seeing the bottom of a bottle, having a good time. You both love wrestling. And
so you married Chris.
I basically married Chris for a lot of female version. Far prettier. No offense, Chris. And so I showed her the whole thing. And then I noticed something I hadn't noticed before when I first watched it. Because, again, not a wrestling guy, but respect it. I felt such a bond with John Cena when he was trying to run into the ring, yet also you could tell in the back of his mind, he's like, don't fall, don't slip, and don't hurt your hamstrings. Yeah. Like, it wasn't a sprint. It was like
it was awkward run.
It was kind of a gallop.
It was a run like he had to go to the bathroom.
Like he had something going on, and then he slides face first in, and then I don't have this issue, thank God, but you could also tell with him, the bald spot's growing a little bit. It's Father Time's working.
Yeah, and it was bothering him.
You could tell it was very much bothering him in between body slamming people into tables and looking scared about The Rock. Thing is, everybody gets slammed there and then they just die.
Yeah.
They don't
go
move.
to sleep.
Again, the ref was completely absent. It's bloodline rules.
How about we get someone to slam you and see how long it takes you to get up?
I have no comeback to that. I really don't.
Chris, remember what happened the last time you suggested that?
I got a wrestler in here to put a hold on somebody.
Yeah. That's
It didn't go well.
I've seen those in person. I was the guy before it became du jour. I was the guy that one time back in the day in the early 2000s was like, hey, I'll bet you those kicks aren't that bad. Give me one of those leg kicks, Scott Smith.
Yeah.
But only 50%.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
How are those? Is your midsection still okay from Sugar Ray Leonard?
Dude, I've been hit in the midsection by Sugar Ray Leonard. I've been kicked in the leg by both Scott Smith and Uriah Faber in the thigh. And then, by the way, after Scott kicked me in the leg and I kind of had my hand on my knees, like I was kind of a little doubled over, like, God dang, I want to go. Do you remember this? Scott decides to follow it up with the old taparoo.
You shouldn't be allowed to do that. He's a professional fighter.
Thank you. Freaking professional fighter comes in and ding. It was not a great day. Anyways, 3 for Madness is coming up at 7:13.
Yes, it is.
Safer out right now. Chris Live.
Safer out at 4-7 and 2.5 out of the wild card. The Giants season is effectively over with 151 games to play.
Now, just so you know, not only is that safe, but just literally putting money where her mouth is. 1-800-GAMBLER, and I'm not a gambler, but I literally now have 4 bets with 4 different Twitter users that I made last night, giving them 2-1 odds against the Giants making the wild card. Like, yeah. First off, you weren't going to beat the Dodgers anyways. You weren't winning the NL West, of course, but this is just not a good team. And I understand 11 games in. And by the way, I also think Blake Snell's debut last night, people are going to weigh it wasn't great, but they're going to way overweight it. Like he didn't have a spring training. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I don't think Mike Yastrzemski's going to bat like Chris Verlaud would if he were called up to the big league. I think eventually he'll at least not be a complete drag on the team, but this is not a good team. Zaidi did not have a good offseason, and they're a mishmash. Yeah, 151 games left. And, okay, it's over.
Wow.
I'm telling you, their season's over.
It's over.
There's no wild card. There's no NL.
So the
West.
A's are going to be better than them.
No, I think the A's
they basically have the same record.
They do right now. I am very confident in saying I think the Giants will have. I would say the Giants will probably have around 25 to 30 more wins than the A's.
30,
yeah, because
they're going to be competing for a wild card spot.
I think the A's are going to finish probably with like 50, 48, 50 wins.
So there's 80. That's gonna be close to the wild card.
It will be,
maybe. Yeah. I watched some of that game last night and I wanted to see Blake Snell. To your point, first game, all that. Man, I did not realize this until I saw the stat that they put up there. He's the first pitcher ever to lead the league in ERA while allowing the most walks.
Yeah.
Every batter was 3 ball. I mean, it was the 3-0 count or 3-2. He had 70-something pitches in 3 innings. Walked a bunch of guys. I went, oh my gosh, I didn't know he was that much of a work.
He's a pitcher that has to have run support.
I guess
he has to have run support because and by the way, he's also a drag on even the best Blake Snell's a drag on your bullpen because this dude's not going into the 9th. He's not going into the 8th. You're going to see almost every start's going to be a quality start, but it's going to be a 5-6, maybe a 7-inning start occasionally because of what you just said. So, yeah, number 2, please.
Safer out. The Yankees are actually the most watchable team in baseball.
I think so far that's safe. I do. Look, and with apologies to the Dodgers, who you can make a very good argument for, but Juan Soto has found a home.
Yes,
he has found a home, and that's just not fair. If Juan Soto is going to have the year he's having right now,
the Judge isn't even hitting.
That's the thing, dude. Yeah. It's going to be unfair, but they're going to be a hell of an exciting team to watch.
If Stanton can ever be healthy right now, he started out healthy. It's, I have. This is a first. Officially, I've watched some of every Yankee game.
Look at you,
every one. I'm proud of that.
Is Mike Stanton? I know him as Jim Carlo.
Yeah,
is Mike Stanton. Is he the Anthony Davis of baseball? Except not this year's Anthony Davis. Is he the street? He's like the street clothes of baseball. Yeah. Can't imagine what he'd be like if he had health of any kind. Right. Number 3, please. Safer out.
Safer out. Baseball radio play-by-play is the best play-by-play.
Safe with an asterisk. Gary Jerry.
Yeah,
he's the best play-by-play. But I think overall, because I think the thing about baseball play-by-play is you can have it in the background and you know when something's going to, like, you can just come back to it when there's a situation or if there's a whole, you hear high drive and you're like, but but then you can multitask. You can't really do that with basketball or football.
No, there's a lot going on. Too much movement, too many plays. It's like baseball. Yeah, you can it is background noise, but it's great.
But shout out, I still to this day, hockey is the most difficult play-by-play. It's got to be
brutal.
Has to be between the names and the action. When we come back, Gary Gerald.
Yes,
will join.
He's done play-by-play for a ton of things.
It's pronounced Gary, correct?
Yeah, he still goes by that.
I want to get it right. Yeah. Gary Gerald, radio voice, Sacramento Kings, live from Oklahoma City. Woo. Our honor, our privilege, your honor, your privilege. All rise for Gary Gerald coming up next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Fisher Investments. We may seem like other money managers, but we're different. What makes you so different than the rest of us? We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship. Tell me more. Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs. How do you make money? We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better. What about client portfolios? We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs. Your clients really come first then, huh? Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. Wow, maybe we are different. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now. NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install the new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Everywhere you look, someone is always telling you how to get more fit. While we may feel like we're fit, we can all get fitter. Maybe you have a favorite pair of jeans that don't fit anymore, or maybe you just want to lower your blood pressure a bit. Here are a few suggestions. Walk more rounds, walk to work, walk to the store, Walk the dog, but walk. Strengthening the most important muscles in the golf swing, your glutes. Even Tiger couldn't fire his. Buy a foam roller and knead the muscles of your body 3 times a week, especially your hips. You can do this while you watch television. Eat more vegetables, and potato chips and carrot cake don't count. Stabilize the muscles of your core by raking leaves or sweeping floors, and eliminate soda, especially the ones with artificial sweeteners. Maybe you'll be able to take a little bigger turn. Maybe you won't get tired around the 15th hole. Either way, you're going to be much happier with yourself. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hi, this is Jeremiah, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Chicken Minis is that soft roll with that honey butter brushed on it. It's so fluffy, like a cloud. It might be a mini, but it doesn't taste like a mini. That sweet, savory bite and that fluffy roll with that honey butter on it and that crispy chicken, it's an awesome way to start your day, the perfect breakfast treat.
Breakfast starts with Chicken Minis and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app. Real customer paid for their testimonial.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Hour number 2. Final week of the season. Regular season.
Yes.
For your Sacramento Kings who take on the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. 5 p.m. Right here on Sactown Sports. And our next guest, and Jason, I say this, and I think our next guest he'll understand why I'm doing this. Look, I personally love G-Man's play-by-play, and given time, I think he's going to become a household name around here. But right now,
yeah,
I'd like to welcome in the father of our correspondent, Bobby Brackets.
Yes.
Who has been so great during the whole tournament. And again, you don't want to be overshadowed by your own kid, but in this case, it's happened kind of. So welcome in. It's our honor. Gary Gerald, good morning.
Did somebody say overshadowed on the day after the eclipse?
Yeah, did you get much of that out there? You're kind of in that area, aren't you?
Coming from New York.
Oh, yeah.
And I was on the wrong side of the aircraft to actually see the sun, but it was noticeably darker. It was like you were flying at dusk almost. It was a bit strange.
I think they said, what do we get here? Like 20? I don't even feel like we got 20%, G-Man. There wasn't much that happened here at all in Sacramento.
Light shadow.
Yeah, light shadow. Well, Dave and I are excited to have you on. We were thinking about this season in a nutshell, G-Man. Has this been as equally exciting and frustrating of all the 39 years that you've done this?
Yeah, I don't think there's much question about that, Jason. It's just it's so bizarre when you stop and think about it, and there's no logical explanation, I don't think. It's just been erratic performances and self-inflicted mistakes at different times. And yeah, I understand that, last year, even though the records are fairly similar, you were catching people by surprise. There wasn't any pressure. You were basically injury-free all of last year. The things that we've heard, frequently from the coaching staff, but they're all true. And this year, man, oh man, I mean, it's just what a roller coaster ride. And that sounds like a cliche, but I don't know how else you explain the fact that, you've had these nights of grandeur when you've beaten some of the very best teams in the NBA, and then other nights when you have just failed to show up, or you've had the big lead and it wasn't good enough. It's been bizarre. There's no question about it.
Well, and G-Man, Jason and I have been doing this a long time, not as long as you, but we have an unofficial stat because every morning after a game, we always open up the show, and one of the things we do is play your final call. And I counted a record 15 disappointed G-Mans. It's what we call it. It's one of those, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed, and you can tell the tone in your voice, and everyone instantly feels really, really bad because we know that it would be during those years where the Kings would win like 30 games, at least we kind of knew they weren't good. But in this case, doesn't it seem like we know you're better than this, so we're not mad, we're just disappointed because you're so much better than some of these games you've given away?
Yeah, that certainly enters into it. There's no question. The injury thing has not been helpful, but every team goes through that. Mm-hmm. And being so remarkably injury-free last year was a real perk for the Sacramento Kings. But, what a difference. Last year you're cruising along, you're leading the division, which automatically puts you in a great spot. And then you find yourself not having to be stressed down the home stretch, not having to worry about, playoff positioning and play-in positioning. And this year has just been 180 degrees opposite. And I think we all kind of began to realize that probably around the calendar turn of the year, when you thought, this is liable to go on right down until the final week of the season. And so here we are. And it's just crazy. And there's still, with 4 games to go, and you look at strength of schedule and one thing or another, Kings are in a tough spot. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and I mean, you're right, G-Man. This last week is nothing but stress for this team and for fans because optimistic side, there's a shot they can get to 6 and stay out of the play-in. Scary, pessimistic side, this could be a 9th seed where you have to just win a game to keep your season alive next week. I mean, it's a pretty wide range of what can happen with, about 50 different combinations with all the teams they're in this race with.
Yeah. It's scoreboard watching is going to be premium this week. But and that's another part of the frustration, I think, of the season. You don't want to be in a position where you're forced to be a scoreboard watcher, where you're forced to have to hope that one of your rivals, stubs their toe and has an off night or doesn't make, a barrage of threes or whatever it turns out to be. That's frustrating too. You just wish that, you could take care of business, but the reality is that hasn't been the case. So what do? You have to deal with it. You have to perform. And it starts tonight against a very good, very young Oklahoma City Thunder team that, oh, by the way, gets Shai Gilgeous-Alexander back after missing the last 4 games. So it's nothing's going to be easy over these next period of several days for the Sacramento Kings.
The voice of the Sacramento Kings, Gary Gerald, joining us from Oklahoma City. I'm gonna turn serious here. I was looking at the schedule, G-Man, and I might be wrong. Look, my favorite part of you is obviously your play-by-play calls. My second favorite part is you as a golf partner. My third favorite part, though, easily, is G-Man's food adventures on the road, which I've said for years should be a reality show. Now, I know you've had some pretty, I was looking, for example, at the Dallas, Miami, Chicago, Cleveland trip. I was looking at a few others, but late in the year, New York, Boston, Brooklyn, and then I feel like OKC might be underrated. Is this right up there with the best food city trips you've had all year?
Well, yeah,
okay.
I suspect that you're probably right. I don't give it much thought, and it's interesting to me that people somehow, many, and seem to enjoy vicariously living on the road with the Kings and seeing, where I stop. But Jason knows I touted him on Regina Pizzeria in Boston years back, and that's an automatic. And I was really under a time stress on that particular day. We were playing the Celtics. It was back-to-back. It was a late arrival from New York. You're immersed in trying to get your prep work done. And yet I'm thinking, okay, 9/10 of a mile from the hotel is an outlet of Regina Pizzeria. Do I have the time to get there? Yes, I do.
Yes.
So I get there, and then they tell me, okay, it'll be about 15, 20 minutes. Fine. That's what I expected. And while I'm waiting and nothing's happening, in about 45 minutes, I walk up to the counter and say, well, what's the deal? I had a simple order here for a small pie. And, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, we're swamped. It's Friday, and we always have this big order. And I saw, you know, they're cranking out huge piles of boxes of large pizzas. And I'm thinking, man, I don't have time for this. And I'm really torn.
Oh, no.
So finally, I get my pizza, and I'm kind of half wolfing it down. I'm thinking, well, I can't really eat all. I better take it back to the hotel. I'm trying to get a Lyft ride, and I can't connect with a Lyft driver.
Ugh.
And then I get a second one, and this driver, I get a note that he's deaf and fortunately not blind, but I couldn't connect with him. I tried calling, I tried text, the whole thing. And now I'm getting a little bit frantic. And here I am going on and on about having a pizza experience in Boston.
Yes.
That's how valuable it was to me. And I finally, the third attempt, I finally scored, and we managed to find the right link-up spot. And I got back to the hotel, and I'm racing around trying to throw things in a bag. I'm trying to wolf down the last couple of slices of pizza, and it was awful good pizza, though. I'll tell you that.
Well worth it.
He's got the Uber.
Yes. And I also saw, did you at least get one Broadway show in on the trip back to Brooklyn, or was it the first time through in New York? I forget how that worked.
I got a doubleheader. Yeah.
Nice.
And there was the possibility the team was making available. You could go and enjoy the sweet life at Yankee Stadium and watch the Yankees play Toronto. And I said, no. I mean, I've never been to Yankee Stadium. I've always wanted to go to Yankee Stadium, but I love the theater in New York, and I was able to get tickets. I went and saw A Beautiful Noise, which is the Neil Diamond story.
Ooh.
And it was amazingly good. And then I had seen a couple of years ago a show called MJ, which is the life of Michael
Yes.
Jackson. And I enjoyed it so much that I wanted to go back and see it again. And so that's what I did.
Nice.
I got myself on the aisle in the second row for one of the shows and on the aisle in the third row for the other show.
Wow.
And I just had a terrific time. It was a good day.
We were there. I was there with my family about 2 months ago, G-Man, and we saw Wicked, which was insanely good.
That's a
That's
a classic.
And then my wife and daughter went and saw the Juliet, the Romeo and Juliet one, and they loved it. We wanted to go see MJ so bad, but it was. Are you a? What's your secret? Are you a TKTS guy? Are you a last minute? Like, I know you've got to have a secret somehow, or a method at least, into how to get yourself those good seats.
Well, in this instance, it was a couple of days before, and it was midnight one night, and I said, hey, I had not had the time to. I got to see what's available here. And you go through the shows and you say, okay, which ones am I possibly interested in? Then I pull up the seating charts and you see what's available. And, I don't squander my money on the road, and I save it for situations like that. And so I pay the freight. Okay. And there have been, that being said, I have had extraordinarily good fortune over the years at going to shows where you didn't know because of the event you were covering, if you were going to have what the timing would be, but going up and getting in a cancellation line. Or there've been two instances where one time, and again, I'm babbling here, but great experiences getting tickets. One time I'm standing in the cancellation line, and a guy who was at the doorman, I saw him looking in my direction, and he kind of gave me a half a nod. And I thought, what's this? So I thought, I better check this out. I go up to him and say, well, so what's going on? And he says, I got you covered. And he says, here's your ticket. And somebody had arrived, and the second part of their party was not going to make it because of business travel or whatever. And the guy basically told the doorman, he says, you see somebody that looks like they'd enjoy the experience, give them this ticket.
Wow.
Nice.
So there I was, in the fourth or fifth row at that time, center orchestra.
Wow.
And it didn't cost a penny. I went to pay the guy. He said, no, it's taken care of. That's happened to me twice over the years.
Wow.
And so, it's just amazing. And sometimes, I can remember sprinting from one theater to another, literally 10 minutes before curtain time, trying to gauge how long is the cancellation line and what are the odds that I might be able to score a ticket. So it's, that's the love of Broadway, I guess. And Broadway, it's a lot like you watch athletes perform on a nightly basis in the NBA. You never know what you're going to see on a nightly basis. but the energy that is provided in a theater, particularly for a show like MJ, the audience is so fired up. They're so ready to be fully entertained. And you've got these amazing actors doing their thing 8 times a week, including 2 matinees. And you're saying, and I'm on a matinee day, and you're saying, where do they find the energy? How do they do this? How do these dancers perform like this for 2.5 hours? It's just remarkable.
Well, I hope, G-Man, when you're entering the building tonight at OKC, that someone looks at you and go, he has the look of a guy that's going to enjoy his experience tonight. I hope so.
I'll be up in my perch there at OKC, and we've been here enough times, and the people in Oklahoma City are so friendly, and they're so nice, and you get to actually have struck up an acquaintance with some of these folks that are in the back that provide security or provide directions, or the ushers or whatever, and it's just it's interesting. It's part of what makes life on the road so entertaining as a member of an opposing team.
Well, I could honestly, G-Man, I'm one of those guys that's fascinated by what you're eating. I'm fascinated by how into theater you are. And not just theater, by the way. I see you going to the choral performances and all the different church performances during the summer. And I share your love of vocals and all that. And yes, I know we're supposed to, we got some Kings in.
We got a little bit.
But I feel, to me, this is the meat and potatoes to further the food metaphors.
Yes.
What we talked to the legendary Gary Gerald about, father of Bobby Brackets, Bob Gerald.
Bobby Brackets. Man, I heard a couple of those shows, and I thought he did a nice job.
He did.
I was impressed.
He knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff. I don't know where he gets it from, but my goodness, he's an expert. So, G-Man.
He knows so much more about basketball than I do. That it's shameful on my part.
Well.
But, yeah, go Bobby Brackets.
Well, hopefully you'll be on that very happy plane tonight with a big win in Oklahoma City. 5:00 p.m. Is your tip-off. G-Man, as always, on the call. We really appreciate you joining us. Enjoy the call, and welcome home in advance. Have a safe flight.
All right. Thank you, my guys. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. That's looking for. Hey, if there's one good thing about the offseason, we're going to get to slapping off a few trees out at a local golf course with G-Man here pretty soon.
I just love his tales on the road. That's just, I know I've literally been there with you when we've golfed together. You're like, gee, man, you got to put like a coffee table book or some sort of thing about your food exploits out there. And I
agree.
But
he's too humble. He doesn't think anybody cares.
But look, when he tweets that stuff, look at all the comments he gets, and everybody follows it. And
dude, our chat, everyone's just, it's awesome. You may not remember Garrison Keeler and the Lake Wobegon, the stories he did before podcast. I could literally listen to a relaxed G-Man with some nice Masters-y kind of music behind him, just spinning tales from the road, the food, all of that stuff. What's your favorite all-time theater show? And there's somebody out there, I'm sure there's well, what about Trey Lyles and the matchups? It's you're going to get that everywhere else.
Yeah.
This man is a walking, living legend. And the only thing I hate about having him on, and I'm being serious about this is the part I don't like about having him on, is that for about a half hour after we say goodbye, I'm massaging my jawline because I'm smiling the entire time we're talking to him. We'll take a break. When we come back, just a quick break. 1 minute here. 3 for Madness, brought to you by Fire Wings. Does a loss tonight kill off the 6th seed for the Sacramento Kings and more? We'll do that next.
It's the final road game of the regular season for the Sacramento Kings.
Blocked over the shoulder by Sabonis, and it's grabbed by Colby Jones. 32 seconds to go. Here comes Fox and the Kings. Difference between the clocks is 13 seconds. Fox for 3. De'Aaron Fox has just hit a triple to put Sacramento on top, 100-99.
Check out the Kings and the Thunder from Oklahoma City. Tip off Tuesday at 5 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Dirty Heads, live in concert, every single day. Friday, April 12th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. Say I'm crazy, but I have a special guest, The Elevators. On sale at ThunderValleyResort.com. Excuse me, I've been so long, I've been weak. Don't miss Dirty Heads Live. Rescue me.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right. The Caitlin Clark Tiger Woods effect coming up next. Also, if you are tuning in early ahead of the 11:45 kickoff between Huddersfield Town and Preston North End, do not worry. We will have wall-to-wall coverage of that on Stiles and Watkins. Mm-hmm. Probably.
They promised.
They did. They said if you go last night to our event, we will talk nothing but Town versus Preston North End.
Yeah.
Everyone's in it. And no one can stop talking about that.
Yeah.
Along with Caitlin Clark.
Right.
And South Carolina. And Dawn Staley. We'll get to all that in a second. 3 for Madness. Chris Verlard, question 1.
Does a loss tonight kill any chances at avoiding the play-in?
Meaning, does a loss tonight kill them off for the? I think it does. I mean, not mathematically, but
right.
And by the way, they should. When I say should, I'm using air quotes based on. I'm sure. Well, we'll get to that in a second. But I'm pretty sure they're the odds-on favorite to lose.
Correct.
So it's not like this would be disappointing Kings or anything. But yeah, you've got an Oklahoma City team that's 1 game out of the 1 seed. They're playing for a lot, and the Kings are trying to catch the Phoenix Suns. That's a tough cookie as it is. But winning in Oklahoma City, they've done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if they lose tonight, you can pretty much wave that off.
Let's do the on paper, right? You scheduled, right? OKC would be favored. I'm assuming pretty heavily favored for New Orleans tonight in Portland.
Yeah, I would think so. Let me take a look, but I'm imagining 6-7.5. Let's see. Pelicans. What am I doing? Pelicans favored by 13.5 in Portland.
So if those two things happened as they're supposed to, which it never works quite that way, then for the Kings to get the 6th seed, here's your recipe. New Orleans would have to lose out, and the Kings would have to win out.
That's right.
Possible, yeah, but mathematically is why it would be possible. Other than that, I think tonight it's a little bit like the Clipper game where when they played the Clippers, I'm like, I don't think they're going to beat the Clippers, and then they did. It was a pleasant surprise.
Right.
I of course want them to win. I think tonight could really help, though. Man, if they somehow won tonight, there's going to be some other carnage going around.
Yes.
So it doesn't come down to tonight because there's all these other games that it mattered that. Factor in, but tonight could be one that really hurts them.
The other thing to watch here too, Jason Ross, is the Lakers host the Warriors on TNT tonight. There is a possibility. I mean, there's really honestly with the Lakers being small favorites, if you believe Vegas, the Kings will wake up tomorrow on the 9th seed.
Correct.
So
if that all happens.
If that all went down. Yeah. All right, number 2, please.
Question 2.
How important is foul trouble when facing SGA and hurting on depth?
Yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander
He couldn't have waited one more game.
Right, for real, seriously. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander per game averages quite a few free throw attempts. As a matter of fact, he is 3rd in the league. He's a 10th behind Luka Doncic. And actually a little over 2 behind Giannis, who leads the league by a large margin. Is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander a free throw merchant? That's tough to say, but he certainly is a guy that knows how to get to the line. With the Kings' combination of that and depth issues, this is really one of those where you're going to have to be very careful. You're also talking about the 2 best guys steal-wise in the league going at it, in Fox and SGA. So De'Aaron Fox getting in foul trouble is going to be definitely a concern. He normally is not,
right?
But you may.
But
Keon is, and so I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see Keon opening check in SGA, and if that can. And by the way, when I say if that can work, that's great. We're talking about a guy who averages over 30 points a game. If you can somehow hold him between 20 and 25, you've done a wonderful job.
Yeah.
On low efficiency. And it's a big assignment for what I assume will be Keon Ellis.
Yeah, the second matchup of the year when they played at Golden One Center, Kings won, and SGA had 43, and they still won. But I think the last time they played, SGA was good, but so was Jalen Williams. No, not that Jalen Williams.
The other Jalen Williams?
No, Jalen Williams.
The Jalen Williams on Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That Jalen
No,
Williams.
the other one on Oklahoma City.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other one.
No, the one on Detroit?
No, the OKC one or the OKC one?
The OKC one.
Oh,
Jalen.
Oh, Jalen. I'm sorry.
Panned.
Yes. He had a career high game. So that was the problem then too. So staying out of foul trouble. Depth is an issue. Look, they're still able to win games without Herter and Monk, but sometimes it shows up. And tonight, let's hope it's not a factor.
Let's hope it's not a factor, Jason.
Yeah.
Question 3, please.
Question 3.
Who will be tonight's Velvet King?
Velvet King, who's it gonna be? Well, our nominees. Does it have to be a bench guy? I guess it does. I'm just wondering if Keon would be
Keegan, right?
Yeah, you're right. Well, or Keon Ellis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Or every 9th game, it's Harrison.
You know what?
Your roommate.
For real.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
when he comes home,
we have been talking.
Okay.
Look, man.
FaceTime.
A lot of FaceTime.
Checking in on the cats.
He had he had made a broccoli cheese soup before he left. Ooh. And he had it in the Tupperware.
Did you have to toss it?
No, I was gonna, but it smelled fine. And
froze it?
Yeah, I put it in the freezer.
Nice.
He just asked me to put it in the freezer.
That.
He does. So against Brooklyn, Jason, fun fact about our guy Harrison, he played 11 minutes. That is the least amount of minutes he's played in a game in his career.
Yeah.
As a rookie, as a starter, as a reserve, that's the least amount of minutes he's played in his career. So talk about having a short leash. He's on one right now and not in a good way. You know what? I'm going to mix it up. I know Davion and I know Trey Lyles are probably the most likely. I acknowledge that. I'm going to go with maybe my heart. I think this is going to be Alex Len. I think Alex Len could put in, especially with Sabonis, Chet. I think Alex Len could put in some really important minutes tonight, and I have a feeling these matchups are going to give him that opportunity. Okay. I'm going to give it to Len.
I like that. I like that call. It's a very good call.
Very good call.
I'm going to go to Trey Lyles. He's just been so steady lately, so I'm going to go with him as the Velvet King.
Also, a reminder: we'll keep you up to date if we hear anything else. But Keegan Murray is, questionable for tonight, and that would.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, we all. You know what? When you think about it, Jason, we're all questionable for tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean, it ain't guarantee. So enjoy today, everybody. The eclipse is over. You made it. We'll take a break. When we return, did UConn just have the most dominant run in NCAA history for the men? Caitlin Clark, is she basketball's Tiger Woods? We'll explain all that next.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and all NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam Team, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Tuesday. We're looking at a warmer day today after a comfortable start to the morning. Into the afternoon, we'll have plenty of sunshine, light northwest winds, and highs today climbing to the upper 70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Spring savings continue at Folsom Lake Kia. Low payments, special offers, 0 down deals on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Tub Shed, new dog treatment centers, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
I'm Ken Korak with our first Green and Gold report for 2024, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, for the A's to turn around their fortunes this year, they'll have to play better defense than they've shown early in the season. Now, bright spots on the mound. Paul Blackburn went 7 in the last game of the Cleveland series, 3 hits and no runs. And then Kyle Muller in the first game against the Red Sox comes out of the bullpen, 5 1/3, 1 hit, and 6 strikeouts.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He stopped the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam Team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com. Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
We don't condone gambling here when I enter gambler. But if you wanted a good bet, you might want to try Coach Hurley's UConn Huskies. The last 2 years in the NCAA tournament against the spread, they're 12-0.
Oh, that works.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
12-0.
I didn't even know what was the spread last time.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know what it was.
7 or 8 or something.
I want to say, well, let's look, Jason. What's your official guess? I'm going to say, I'm just going to say UConn 4.5.
Okay. What I say, 7 or 8? So I'll 7.5. I'll pick the.
Christopher Laud?
UConn 6.5.
Circle gets the square. Give it to the wrestling guy. 6.5.
Yeah.
UConn was the favorite. They covered
pretty easily.
Jason, UConn not only repeated as national champion, but when you think back to some of the most dominant champions we've seen, you know, I the one that always pops into my mind is Larry Johnson's running Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Christian Leitner's Duke Blue Devils. You know, there's a few others squirted in there, of course, that were very dominant. Nobody has had a bigger point differential in a tournament than this year's UConn Huskies, which by definition means they just had the most dominant tournament run in history. They covered the spread 6 out of 6 times, and they had the biggest point differential.
Yeah, and, you know, we say this basically every spring when we get here. And it's like I watched less and less college basketball till the tournament. And, you know, the experts, a lot of them said that. Like, look, the class of this is UConn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's one game. Anything can happen, but they sure look like the class the entire way through.
They really did. And honestly, if you're being objective, which we try to be, I mean, we don't have a dog in the fight here. Come on now. They won by 39, 17, 30 over last year's runners-up, San Diego State, 25, 14, and 15.
Yeah. So never in a stressful last 5 minutes.
Never.
Yeah.
And honest to God, shout out to Kansas, Seton Hall, and Creighton.
Yeah, Creighton's the last team to beat them, right?
Yeah, Creighton beat them.
It's Coach Doug Christie here.
Hey, Doug, how you doing, buddy?
He's good.
Creighton beat them on February 20th by 20. Wait, where are we here? Let me get that right. By 19 points.
Wow.
Yeah. Beat them by 19 points. Seton Hall beat them by 15, and Kansas beat them by 4, all on the road for UConn, but still. And I think I would love to hear an argument, but I think by definition, I think it's okay to say the UConn Huskies just had the most dominant men's tournament in history.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Just went right through it and back-to-back, which hasn't happened in a long time. And they just replaced so many players, too. That's a lot of credit to Hurley.
And he and Dawn Staley, the head coach of South Carolina, both said something in their post games that were very much in common. They said it was something like, "What's the key to your success?" One of those questions. They both said similar answers, basically, which was, "We are very close with the parents. Like the parents are the key to us." And Dan went into about how he's passed before on what he calls neon talent, because the parents he wasn't getting a good feeling from them.
Yeah, and that to me, he's found a secret sauce, at least for him. But I gotta believe every coach, every scout has been fooled.
Yeah.
In what way, and what fooled him? What got him? Where maybe the parents put on a good display, the player puts on a good display, and then you get them like, yeah, it's not a fit here,
right?
But and maybe you can weed those players out, but. He was very careful in saying it, too. He goes, we got a lot of NBA players. And then I watch him and I go, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, they have a lot of good players.
I think there's going to be a couple of rotation players on that team.
But I don't see a star.
No. I mean, I don't know why the first name that comes in my mind is Grayson Allen, but Grayson Allen, had a different reputation in school. But a guy that's going to be a rotation player, a fringe starter, maybe obviously have a good career as a starter this year. And just they're all so, I know the term high IQ gets thrown around, but they're all just so damn basketball smart on the floor.
Well, and the two coaches, let's say in the last 24 to 48 hours getting a lot of attention is Hurley and then Calipari.
Yeah.
And Calipari made no mistake about, I'm getting lottery picks.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And he does. They got a great lineup of all-stars that have gone to Kentucky.
No team in the NBA made out of colleges could even touch Kentucky.
Right. Now,
no team.
It did get him a championship.
That's right.
But not more than one.
No, but to him, it's a different role.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I wonder how he'll do at Arkansas, though. What his philosophy might be there.
I don't think it's going to change much. I really don't, because I think it's a cash cow.
Yeah.
Because those alumni, worth a lot of money,
right?
And they create a lot of buzz around the program. So you could win national championships, or you can try to win national championships, but he is literally the NBA factory at his schools.
It's almost like if you could find the sweet spot of what UConn has, finding NBA caliber players,
right?
But also players that may stay a year or two. You don't have to have 4-year guys, but that helps if you do. It can, but just high level talent that gets it and is ready to go.
Switching to the women, Caitlin Clark specifically, and congratulations to South Carolina. They're the champions. They're the ones that went undefeated. They're the ones that beat Caitlin Clark's Iowa team, and we're not indifferent to that. But there is no doubt that Caitlin Clark has had a Tiger Woods effect on the sport, just as Tiger had an effect on golf, which was long established, many, far more established in the mainstream than women's basketball was before, with legend Jack Nicklaus and Sam Snead and blah, 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 blah. Tiger comes along and just lifts it to another level and has by far been the most financially and really zeitgeist influencing player in golf history. Obviously, we're not saying Caitlin Clark's Tiger Woods yet. She sure as hell isn't. But I think the question now, there's a number of them, Jason. Is there somebody on the horizon that can pick up the torch for Caitlin Clark in college, or a group or a team, and have it not crater next year compared to, we told you earlier, the ratings are almost certainly going to outdo the men's by a decent amount. We won't get those numbers till tomorrow, but it's going to be more than the men's. Secondly, it's the most watched basketball game over the last 5 years, college or pro, men or women. It's just unheard of, and you have to put the pinpoint of that on Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. I think they were at an absolute perfect storm and good for women's basketball.
You're right. She came around at the right time, too.
Perfect
You're
time.
absolutely
The
right.
sport's growing. There's already been, for some that are just getting in, hey, this is pretty good. It's been growing.
Yeah.
So the growth has already happened. You have the all-time leading scorer, so it's a season-long arc of where her career is going.
Yeah.
You get the rematch with Angel Reese that if you didn't see it last year, now the follow-up is, well, they had a little something that happened here. a year ago. You have a perfect season team with South Carolina.
Yep.
Even Kim Mulkey, some of her side stories and stuff that's being written about her. And so it's like, it just, everything else is going towards that sport as far as stories. And so the example would be on the men's side. You mentioned it earlier. San Diego State and UConn were in the championship last year. They played in the third round. It was a 30-point game. Like if they got in a, I don't want to say a fight, but if there was a number one player in the draft that was on UConn or on San Diego State, and maybe there was something that happened last year, it's like, ooh, they get a rematch, and it's in the Sweet 16. That game just kind of came and went. Nobody really cared.
Nobody cared.
But this, you have the number one player, the number one leading scorer, an undefeated team, a sport that's growing, exposure. And she was great, too, Caitlin Clark. And then, still to not win it. That's okay, because South Carolina had a juggernaut of a team as well.
Undefeated.
You had UConn, who's been this power that is kind of back with also a great player in Paige Beckers. I think what the women's game has to figure out is why, which they should love and accept and be proud of, that the women's college game is so awesome. Why hasn't that jumped to the professional level for followers? There's plenty of them, but not to this level.
Let me pause for a second. Chris, I know we're coming up on a break. Do we have time to go long here? I'm looking at we don't have time to go long. I don't want to. There's still a lot of questions. Let's carry this over. I think I don't want to shortchange the questions we have about the women's game, including some numbers I have on brackets as well. And I have a big question about brackets and the women's game. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue this. The Caitlin Clark, Tiger Woods effect, the absolute dominance of women's basketball, and what can only be described as hopefully the beginning of the goldenest of golden eras. And let me give you this information on the brackets as well. I think you're going to find very interesting because, in my opinion, Jason, it can only go up from here. There is so much room to move up for college women's basketball. I'll explain why next.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and all NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
It's Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you want a deal that's a slam dunk, go see the winning team at Folsom Lake Ford. Folsom Lake Ford is your truck headquarters with all your American-made favorites, like America's best-selling F-Series, F-150s, and Super Duties, or spacious new Explorers and Expeditions, plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports, all in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. In the Folsom Auto Mall, you can buy any new Ford with zero down on approved credit, save big with low interest finance rates, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Check out the huge selection of inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership to see their most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. They'll help you out. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 35 years and counting.
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. The government will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000 with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may be entitled to a significant financial reward for your Camp Lejeune claim and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement with your VA benefits fully protected. But the deadline for filing is fast approaching, so you need to act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune, and with the deadline coming, you need to call now or you may forever lose your right to a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-738-2277, 800-738-2277, 800-738-2277.
Jerry and Kenny here. When you call Bell Brothers for an AC tune-up, repair, or replacement, let me tell you what you can expect. Clean.
Our technicians will show up in a company truck that's clean inside and out. They'll be wearing a clean uniform and ring your doorbell with clean hands.
The technician will be clean cut, background checked, drug tested, and trustworthy to enter your home. They'll put on clean shoe covers and put down drop cloths in all work areas. That's right, to make sure your home stays clean.
And when the work is complete, they'll tidy up and leave the work area cleaner than they found it.
Call us neat freaks. Call us spick and span. Call us tidy, pristine, and immaculate.
But whatever you do, call Bell Brothers for an AC tune-up and repairs, because with us, you can count on it being clean. Call us at 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Slightly Stupid. Live in concert. Saturday, April 27th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. With special guest Fortunate Youth. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Slightly Stupid live.
To get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Totally nothing to do with the segment we're about to have, but I'm just having a thought during the break, reading some articles on the Sac Vegasland A's. Aside from all my misgivings and issues with it, there is one thing I think I do know that I would put money on. I don't know how it's going to go long term. I don't even know how it's going to go after the first month. But I will tell you this, especially knowing Vivek and his penchant for innovation and flash, I think I'll just speak for the first month. I think it's going to be the most insane atmosphere in baseball. I think the A's first month in Sacramento is going to be the most insane, in a good way, atmosphere in baseball. Now, I don't know.
What does that mean?
Meaning, like, this is the guy, this is the group that lit the beam. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're going to change some things around there. I don't think it's going to be crazy, but I think it's going to be sold out.
I agree.
I think it's going to be loud,
okay,
intimate, and I don't know if they're going to be doing light shows, whatever. I mean, think like Savannah Bananas, but not the on-field stuff.
Yeah.
But like the atmosphere. Sacramento fans are undefeated, and make no mistake, regardless of how you may or may not feel about the whole situation, there's no denying the fans here. And having Major League Baseball for the first month, the Open and all that, I'll bet you there's going to be at least one or two things that we don't see in any other ballpark. And no, I don't think it's going to be a green beam, everyone who's asking. But I think I'll just bet you there's going to be a handful of articles that come out after the first month. It's like, say what you want about this, this, and this, and this, and this, but they may have struck gold, the green and gold, because the atmosphere, this is like a one-off thing, or, you know, a three-off thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to be unlike anything I think we've seen in baseball ever. Now, again, 3 months later, the A's have won 12 games. It's 110 outside. I'm not speaking to that. I hope the first game's a night game, too, by the way. That would be so sick. And then there's just pyro.
Opening day. It's a day game.
Open on the road. Then
They might.
Then come home and play a night game. Anyways. And yeah, Earl says this right. Also, Sacramento fans are very used to supporting bad teams. We are.
Yeah.
It didn't change with us. So anyways, back to the women's game. One thing I also found very interesting, I did some research on this morning, because Jason, What do we talk about every year with men's college basketball? We don't really watch it during the regular, and we're not speaking for everybody, speaking for you and me, and I think most people. We don't watch it during the year. And then the brackets come around, and it becomes arguably the most fun month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in sports. And we get our brackets, and we fill them out, and we watch, an expert here, an expert there. We bring Bobby Brackets on. We watch Joe Lunardi or whoever, not Tim Legler, Jay Billis. And we fill out our brackets, and then we watch, and we watch other games and blah, 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 blah. My point is that it is impossible to understate the effect that bracketology has on bringing eyes to the men's college basketball tournament. They are inseparable. So consider the fact that the women's national championship just averaged, 18.4 million, was the most watched basketball game of the last 5 years, men's or women's, college or pro. And according to, I'm just going off the ESPN, over 23 million people filled out a men's bracket this year. 23 million. Just over 3 million filled out a women's bracket.
Okay.
So take everything you have going right now with the women's game. But what happens if next year that 3 million goes to 10 or 15? Or why wouldn't it? It's a game that most people, and again, this isn't about the women. This is women or men's. Most people aren't watching during the regular season. You might see 1 or 2 games total. Then it comes around and you're like, okay, well, why would it be any different for the women's than the men's other than just awareness? And now all of a sudden, like, you've run a bracket pool forever. I'm not suggesting you should do both.
Right.
But somebody else comes in and they offer a women's bracket around the stage. I'm in.
Right.
Maybe.
And if I'm in,
then you're invested in a different way.
I'm invested. I'm not just invested in whoever next year's Caitlin Clark wannabe is or whatever it is, or the number 1 team. Now I'm watching McNeese State versus Tolliver University or whatever the hell. I don't even know if that exists. In the first round.
Yeah, I think where the next level of development of the women's game too is, and they've done this in a rapid fire here lately. It used to just be 1 to 2 schools that can win it all. Now there's more, which is good. But that next level is they don't generally get a ton of upsets in the first 2 rounds.
Right.
It's very top heavy, but that's okay because the tournament is, there's so many good teams now on the women's side, but I don't think it's to the level of where it is right now with the men's in that sense. Now there's goods and bads with that, I think.
Sure.
And where it may change is and this is where the women's game is different than the men's, is probably a positive. We already debated whether it made more sense for Caitlin Clark to stay for kind of that COVID year, get 1 more year because of her NIL money, because she doesn't get as much in the WNBA. Well, people are jumping into the NBA and getting millions of dollars.
Yes.
That is a financial difference.
Huge.
So if Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark were dominant as they were starting their career and all right, I'm leaving, I'm going to the WNBA, I think that changes things. And then that gives those schools that keep players together for 4 years that have played, 120 games together as a starting 5. And all of a sudden, hey, where did this little small school come from? They don't have that yet on the women's side, but I got to believe that's just a matter of time when that'll happen.
As we talked about, the Big 3 Ice Cube's outfit offered Caitlin Clark $5 million to play 1 year, which I think is like 12 or 13 games. By the way, don't forget, in fact, I saw an advertisement the Phoenix Mercury had, I believe, advertising Caitlin Clark coming and playing in June. That season's about to start.
Yeah, they go right into it.
We're going to turn around, and
the draft is this week.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing her playing in Indiana almost certainly coming up here in just a couple months.
Didn't Vegas, by the way, already move their game to T-Mobile Center?
T-Mobile.
It's going to be bigger when Indiana's there?
Yes.
Or they believe it will
They believe it will be. Just to give you an idea, Caitlin Clark was offered $5 million by Ice Cube's outfit to play 12 or 13 games and not do the WNBA, or try to do them both this year. $5 million. Jason, the salary cap in the WNBA. The salary cap meaning all the players on a team combined, $1.4 million.
Wow.
Which I believe is either less or right around the vet minimum in the NBA, depending on your how long you've been in there. So the money is incredibly different, and that's going to change once. How does that change? TV contracts, ratings. But will this transfer? What will be the Caitlin Clark effect in the WNBA?
Yeah,
especially if people expect her to roll into the NBA and average 35 points a game, and now all of a sudden she's getting doubled and tripled. Listen, I know this would never happen, but honest to God, look, this is very stupid what I'm about to say on the surface, and I acknowledge it, and it will never happen, and you would never ask anybody to do this. But financially, the best decision the WNBA could make would be to send out a memo to everybody being like, listen, no double coverage on Caitlin Clark. We need her to score 30-something a game. Because financially, now all of a sudden, if Caitlin Clark rolls into the NBA and starts tearing that up, you're going to get more of a transfer. If it's not like she's going to roll into the NBA, and if she's all of a sudden held to 12 points a game because these players are so much better and she's not used to it, people aren't going to be like, oh, my God, the quality. No, they're going to be like, we want to see Caitlin Clark. And that halo effect, I mean, you already have superstars in the WNBA anyway, Sabrina Ionescu and Angel Wilson, all these, and Angel Reese is coming up. It's not just about Caitlin Clark.
Right.
But I look at the bracket situation, Jason, and it leads me to one last question about this. Should the men's and women's tournaments separate? We have them going on consecutively. And I know that the men's final is on a Monday, which, by the way, should be moved. You know, put the women on Saturday, the men on Sunday, or vice versa. Have them on a stinking weekend, because you're asking all these people on the East Coast to start watching last night's game at 9 p.m. That's rough for them. But also, again, I'm ignorant here. I don't know. Do we need to have both tournaments at the same time?
Well, the women have to be now.
They have to be now.
Well, the draft
because of the WNBA. Okay,
the WNBA is starting in a few weeks.
And
the men's the one I guess that could be pushed. Like the draft's not till June.
Yeah, but you're not having April
March Madness.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, it works. I think they can complement each other.
It does.
And I mean, look, for the large majority of college basketball's existence, it's been men have dominated this, but not right now. They're not, and so I don't know if we have to overreact to this time, but I think this is great. This is great for all parties for college basketball. And right now the women are a bigger deal.
They are a bigger deal.
Yeah.
And
because I don't think, could you have a Caitlin Clark in the men equivalent? So you'd have to be someone that's a really good player that spends 4 years, breaks all the records at a pretty good sized college. And then ultimately the number one pick, there's no way that player's gone.
Oh,
there's no way.
There's no way.
That day happened. It's not happening anymore.
No. And I don't know. I mean, they televised Victor Wembanyama's Euro games on TV last year in anticipation, but that had nowhere near the effect.
Yeah. But also, like, if Victor Wembanyama had 3 more years and we were all anticipating, wait till this guy, but that's different. He doesn't, and he's not breaking all the records. She was incredible and lived up to it, broke all the records, and was must-watch TV.
I don't know that you could even have one in college football.
Well, there's a chance that you play. I mean, players don't come out as early. You have to play.
Saying in general, though, because we've seen it so much.
Yeah.
Like the most, in my mind, the rookie I wanted to see play the most were two: Marshall Faulk and Reggie Bush, based on their careers. It was fine. It was big.
Yeah,
wasn't Caitlin Clark. Wasn't in the same vicinity. And I think a lot of that is because. And again, no disrespect to the years and decades of work and foundational work that the women have put into the WNBA, into the college game. But there's never been a Caitlin Clark before when it comes to this perfect storm, like you said, of the foundation that's built.
Yep.
And her and the way she plays. And
yeah, like next year, isn't what's the guy? Cooper Flagg. Supposed to be maybe the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
We've heard about him for a couple years.
Yes.
He's going to Duke.
Yes.
Well, it's likely 1 year and done.
That's
and there'll
right.
be excitement about him. Like, there was a lot of hype on Zion, and it was fun to watch him at Duke, but it's already come and gone. Like, when guys get to the NBA, you almost kind of forget where they played at college.
Right. And we got a break here, but again, let's also remember with Cooper Flagg, who I'm stoked on, as a lot of fans are, but for every Victor Wembanyama, there's 30 Imani Bates. Mm-hmm. Imani Bates was Cooper Flagg 3-4 years ago. And still a lot of time for him, but still, we'll take a break when we come back. Kings, Oklahoma City tonight, the final road game of the regular season. And you know what? We've got the rights to it. So we're going to have it at 5 p.m. right here on KHTK. We'll be right back after.
It's the final road game of the regular season for the Sacramento Kings.
Blocked over the shoulder by Sabonis, and it's grabbed by Colby Jones. 32 seconds to go. Here comes Fox and the Kings. Difference between the clocks is 13 seconds. Fox for three. De'Aaron Fox has just hit a triple to put Sacramento on top, 100-99.
Check out the Kings and the Thunder from Oklahoma City. Tip off Tuesday at 5 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Oh, honey, it's our favorite leaf filter trusted pro, Matt. Matt, come in.
Hi, Mrs. Sparks. You wanted me to stop by? Is everything okay with your leaf filter gutter protection system?
Okay, of course, silly. We wanted you to stop by for dinner as our way of thanking you.
Yes, to thank you for that free gutter inspection, the free estimate, and what was the other thing?
That lifetime guarantee.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Sparks, those are just Leaf Filter's policies. Everyone who calls Leaf Filter gets a trusted pro to come out for a free gutter inspection and estimate. And every Leaf Filter installation comes with a lifetime guarantee.
So it's not just us?
No, sir. We don't want anyone to worry about clogged gutters ever again.
You mean everyone gets this level of service?
Everyone. They just need to visit leaffilter.com/CBS to schedule their free inspection.
Okay, but you must be starving. You work so hard.
Ready to love your gutter protection as much as we do? Visit leaffilter.com/CBS and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Tuesday. We're looking at a warmer day today after a comfortable start to the morning. Into the afternoon, we'll have plenty of sunshine, light northwest winds, and highs today climbing to the upper 70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let's fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $67. Plumbing, sewer, electric, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Welcome to a brighter future with Aztec Solar, serving Sacramento since 1980. Everyone knows that solar saves money. How much? The answer is a few clicks away. Visit yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable, giving you instant insight into your potential savings.
I used to pay $400 a month to the power company, and that $400 a month added up to $48,000 over the past 10 years. That all changed when I switched to solar with Aztec Solar.
Now it's your turn to stop overpaying for electricity. Calculate your solar savings right now at yourpowersavings.com. And Aztec Solar will email or text you how much you'll save every month. Plus, we've got an exclusive offer for you. Get your solar electrical system for just $9,995 cash price after incentives. Don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Visit yourpowersavings.com today and take the first step towards energy independence with Aztec Solar.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
It's time to trade in and trade up at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com. It's all a click away.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. L1 report.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTK AM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, I need to go on a diet, too. I just saw the video of me walking in. starting to become that guy. You know, the guy who's got such a big boiler that it kind of walks ahead of him. You know, where like most people stroll, but then there's the guy that like his belly kind of haunches his shoulders back, just kind of walking, his belly leads the way. I mean, the good news is like, well, who knows, but usually I can drop weight pretty quick.
Yeah,
especially when I have COVID. I found that out last time.
Yeah,
but
didn't you lose like
13 pounds in 4 days, 3 days? Well, a little over 3 days.
I don't think that's a healthy way to do it.
I don't think it is either. Also, I feel like I have acquired all of it back.
Mm-hmm.
Although if I eat more Mississippi pot roast like I did last night,
so far so good this morning though, huh?
You know what? I think we're good.
Okay.
I think I took care of that in the overnights. So here we are. And
on the graveyard shift.
Speaking of a gut punch, Kings, Oklahoma City. That is tonight, Jason Ross.
Yes. You ever been to Oklahoma City?
I have. We went there on the roadie.
Oh yeah,
on the RV trip, and went and saw it's what is it called, Bricktown.
Yes.
Went down there.
I like Bricktown.
I actually think Oklahoma City's downtown is very, very cool, man.
Yeah.
It's not overrun. Unlike our downtown, it's fairly easy to get around. I don't get confused like I do here, which I'm easily.
You have a grid system.
What? I know we have a. I'm not talking about, and this is what everybody always says to me when I say this about our downtown, dude. I understand that it's ABC 1, 2, 3. I get that. I'm not talking about like, oh, what's the next street? Oh, it's 8th. I'm on 7th. Like, I get that. I'm talking about having to have that extra thing in the back of my head where I'm like, is this a one-way? Probably.
I'm not a fan of one-way streets.
I'm not either. Or
roundabouts.
Or hey, here's my stop. I hate roundabouts.
Yeah.
Here's my stop. Here's the place I'm getting to. By the way, I'm looking at you when I say this. No. There is a certain personality type I have found through the years in having this discourse that this conversation is nails on. You ever see a dog that hears like the weird rubber squeaky sound and turns the head? That's Chris Verlaud in this entire conversation. And it is a personality type. You know, our John on Twitter, he's the same. There is a personality type that cannot understand how you can have any issues in our downtown or with roundabouts. But roundabouts have been proven to be safer. But roundabouts actually they increase traffic. I don't deny that. It's still weird, and I don't like it. I don't like going.
Something is different, and it's weird, and I don't like it.
It's like driving on the different side of the road. Yeah. I don't like going in a roundabout and going, do I exit here? Do I exit there? Oh, I'm exiting here. Oh, I was supposed to yield for this guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And now I'm on a one-way.
The amount of times I've had to stick my hand out the window and do the I'm sorry wave in a roundabout is a lot, probably. I can't remember.
Seems more of a day that you
maybe it's a day. I'm talking about my experience.
I was driving and go, that guy's waving.
Right.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. And downtown, it's like, oh, I got to my spot. Cool. I found it. I have a meeting here at 1:30. It's 1:20. I'm already here. That's great. 30 minutes later, I can't find parking. Where's the parking?
It's in the roundabout.
It's in the roundabout. Oh, I can't park here. Oh, here's a spot. Oh, it's painted pink. What does that even mean? Oh, it's red. It's green. I don't know what these mean. Oh, here's the thing you put the coins in. Traffic meter. Oh, but it only accepts card. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, I can go in here. Oh, I found a parking garage. Great. Oh, it's $2 for the first 5 minutes and then $4.75 for every 30 and a half minutes afterwards. And I come out and I just paid $44 for parking for an hour. How did that even work out? I don't know. I have no idea.
Sounds like we unearthed something.
I don't like driving. I hate driving downtown. I've been to 3 Kings games this year, mostly because I do a morning show. Also, I don't like driving down. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And by the way, we get to park right next to the arena and the 24-hour fitness park. Like we're privileged. I still don't like it. I don't like going out and having to wait and not knowing where a car is coming from. And, oh, here's a guy with a baby carriage. Anyways, so Bricktown's super cool. It is. It's like Bricktown's like a suburban downtown.
Yeah,
it's like it's downtown, but it's like a suburb. Like, oh, here's some nice parking. Oh, there's a grocery store. Oh, hey, look, I can go here. Oh, here's parking spaces, like a parking lot, but it's downtown. This is neat. No one's yelling at me. And we went to Mickey Mantle's Steakhouse.
Oh, yeah.
And they had the measuring tape that was used to measure his, I think they said it was 660-foot home run, allegedly, when he was in Kansas City before he got called up. Yeah. Anyways. So the Kings are playing the Thunder tonight, just next to Bricktown.
Yes.
And Gary Gerald was right. The people out there are very, very cool.
Yes,
we may not like the way they got their team, but that's not their fault. They've supported it. They've had a bunch of superstars come through and leave. They are the ultimate small market, but Sam Presti, I believe, again, is the best GM in sports, or in basketball at least. And he's got something going with this Oklahoma City team. They're very, very good.
Yeah, what a year, right? I mean, this was, I don't know what they had their expectations for, and maybe they're having the year this year that we did last year, where it's like, man, what, it's so exciting. And look, they could end up being the 1 seed. I mean, this went from maybe surprising people to getting all the way up here. You got an MVP candidate in SGA. Chet looks to be the real deal.
Yes.
And also, this is likely just the beginning. If they do this right, which if you're going to bet on anybody doing it right, I would bet on Sam Presti. They've got so much future capital and assets that they could either draft or turn into something else. And that's got to be exciting for them because they're in a really good position.
I hope the NBA, and I will credit the NBA, they have, with the new apron rules and the salary cap and other things, they've really tried, at least made a nod to an effort of creating parity through the salary cap. Because if everything goes right and Oklahoma City can play by the same rules that the Knicks, Nets, Lakers, Warriors play by, I think they're going to have some championships here within the next 5-6 years. This is not only a fantastic team, it's not only a fantastic young team, but Sam has almost his entire war chest still filled.
Yeah.
The amount of draft picks, prime draft picks.
Yeah, first and second rounders.
That the Thunder have. And I'm not saying necessarily they're going to sit there and use them for players as far as in the draft, but the ability to go into this offseason and package up a number. The Thunder have probably the most ability of any team out there, other than, I'll trade Nikola Jokic, to acquire superstars.
Well, I mean, but you say that, but like literally, if we probably would you say Victor Wembanyama is the most untradeable right now?
Yes, I do. I think he is.
I would say OKC could make it interesting.
I don't
know whether or not they would do that, but right, like, okay, you want Jokic? I think they can come up with a package for Giannis.
I agree with you.
LeBron, whatever star you wanted, whatever age, they could do it.
I think if they called San Antonio and said, we'll give you Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and 5 lottery picks, you got to at least flip through the brochure.
No.
And they probably still don't.
But they would think about it.
But
it's like, wait, look, I didn't want to, but does this make sense?
Because I don't think the Spurs are trading. I don't think the Spurs are trading Wembanyama for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Right.
I don't think they're trading. I think Victor Wembanyama right now is the most untradeable asset in the NBA.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, he's still got like 4 more years left of making like $1.50 a year before the contract kicks in. So with the Thunder tonight, the Kings are 2-1. Game 1, we played that earlier. No Fox. Sabonis had the triple-double. Kevin Huerter.
Hey, I remember him.
28 points. Kevin Huerter. Get it? Kings won again at Golden One Center. 43 for SGA, 41 for Fox. That's an 84-point combo. That was a blast to watch. And Sabonis 18, 6, and 7. And then game 3, SGA had 38. Jalen Williams, not the other one, had 32. Triple-double from Sabonis. Malik Monk with 28.
Monk and Huerter playing tonight?
Yeah.
They are?
They are. Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
I did a misdirection there.
Yeah.
So you've got the combined 56 points in 2 games from 2 guys that ain't there.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to start anything here, and I shouldn't say this is super irresponsible. And let me just say that I could be full of garbage, and I don't know this for a fact, and all I'm reporting is whispers. Just whispers. Whispers. There are whispers that Malik Monk's rehab is going really well. Really, really well. Now, does that mean he could come back early? I don't know. But in order for him to come back early, one would assume his rehab has to go very well. And it sounds like he's doing very, very well right now. So
I like the sound of those whispers.
It's just whispers.
Yeah.
Just whispers. We'll take a break. When we come back, best case scenario for the Kings tonight. Also, worst case. I know.
Why would we do that?
Because we're fair and balanced. We're asking questions and getting answers. We'll be right back. Best and worst case for the Kings tonight next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Carmichael Dave.
Has very good sources and just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Well, Jason, I got good news and I got bad news.
Okay.
Would you like the bad news or good news first?
Yeah, I'll let you pick.
I'm always, let's see, I want to see if Chris and I match up here because I'm writing it down. We're playing a game here. Chris, if somebody says you have good news or bad news, I have good news and bad news, which one do you generally want first?
Bad news.
Actually,
bad news.
Normally, I would say bad.
I say bad news. Bad first. I like to end on the good thing and also be able to be more prepared and then to put the good news in perspective. So I'm going to give you the potential bad news for tonight first.
Okay, but sometimes people do want good news or bad news, and then give me the bad news, and the bad news is kind of an offshoot from the good news, and it's really not that bad. Have you ever done that?
Oh no, that's
like a setup.
That's one of my favorite bits that I use on my wife psychologically, where I'll be like, "Hey, I have good news and bad news," and she'll be like, "Oh God, just give me the bad news first." I'll be like, "Bad news is I only have this much good news," and there's like really no bad news. I like to set up my wife sometimes when like I want to do something somewhere where I put her in a really bad mind state, but then surprise, it didn't really happen, and then now the thing I want, it's not that big of a deal because she's happy from being potentially sad about something. It's good psychology. Anyways,
rope-a-dope.
That's wow. Jason just called Melissa a dope. Wow. Sorry. You didn't think it through, did you?
I didn't.
I'm not saying I disagree, but I love it.
Oh.
Love you, sweetheart. Oh my God, it's 8:17. Joking.
Yeah, joking.
Super joking about everything I just, oh my God. Nobody reminded me we're in the red zone. Oh. Just want to say how lucky I am.
Alert.
Lucky I am to, 17 years.
Yeah, you were talking so much earlier about how much you enjoyed that dinner.
Because I'm trying to plan like what we're going to do. And it's just, it's whatever I plan, it's just not going to be, she deserves more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I love my kids.
Yes.
Who are in the car right now, all driving to school. Hope you have a good day, kids.
Yeah. Be safe.
Mason, I hope you put on
good
deodorant.
choices.
Avery, hope you brushed your teeth and went to bed on time last night.
Okay.
It's a big thing with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Kings, the worst case scenario, because their fate is most likely 6th through 9th, obviously.
Yeah, most likely. Yep.
Worst case tonight, obviously, we'll start with the Kings lose.
Okay.
Suns win.
Ugh.
Pelicans win.
Ugh.
Lakers win.
Ugh.
The Kings would then be all alone in 9th place. The 9 seed. They would be a half game behind the Lakers. They would be 2 games behind the Pelicans with 3 games to go. Oh, and the Pelicans have the tiebreaker, so there you go.
Yes, Pelicans would have to lose out, which the Kings play them on Thursday, and the Kings would have to win out to pass the Pelicans. So that would be very difficult.
Just got a text from my wife. It's not the question I thought. Oh. Were you talking about the dinner because you didn't like it? Be honest. Set the screen. Eat. Danger. All right. I did talk about the dinner earlier. It was Mississippi pork chops, like Mississippi pot roast.
Would you like me to say what I believe he said?
Yes. Oh, God. Yeah.
You described how it was made. You said it was very good. You said it was a little too spicy. You said, oh, it wasn't that spicy going down, but going the other way, that's where I had the problem.
Okay, I expected a bit. I expected him to throw me under the bus, but that's actually exactly what I said. Is this because I went to the thing last night? You being nice?
I thought like I was being like the neutral perspective.
She knows you won't lie to save me is the thing, which actually helps. She knows you will throw me. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I enjoyed the meal last night. It did not have a great effect on my system. That's the truth.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. She thought the pork chops were dry. I disagree. I might have a sandwich later. All right, back to everything. The Kings would then effectively be eliminated from passing the Pelicans.
Yeah, not mathematically, but it's going to, yeah.
Which, hold on a second. Yeah, I guess that would mean, well, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, God, this is math.
The Pelicans would have to lose out. The Kings would have to win every game.
If the Kings won tonight and the Pelicans lost. I'm sorry. If the Kings lost and the Pelicans won.
Right. They'd be 2 back.
They'd be 2 back
with 3 to go. And remember, they have to get a game ahead of them.
They have to get a game ahead of them.
So okay, so 3-0 and Pelicans have to go 0.
There you go. They're not mathematically eliminated.
No.
But their magic number is 1.
Basically,
when it comes to that. They would also be 2 games behind the Suns. And that tiebreaker. So then basically they control their own destiny. No, they would not control their own destiny with Phoenix because they only face them once. They could win the tiebreaker with Phoenix.
Yes.
By beating them at home. But they basically need to win the most part.
Or do 1 game better than the Suns and make sure the game they play them, they beat them. Yeah.
Yes.
You're just shrinking the odds if you lose tonight. And those other teams win.
Right. And we said it earlier. If the Kings lose tonight, it effectively takes them out of the 6th seed. Like it effectively takes them out of.
Get used to the playing. Get used to playing next Tuesday or Wednesday.
And I would say that already right now, the Kings are heavily favored to be in the play.
Yeah, the odds are higher to be 7 or 8 right now.
Yeah,
still a chance at 9.
Yeah. Yes, and
I think it's a small chance at 10, but pretty small.
I think it's more about the Kings either holding serve as the 8. I would, for me, my goal right now, my realistic goal is let's try to be the 7 or the 8.
Mm-hmm. You got to stay out of the 9-10.
Let's set it up to where they have 2 chances at getting in.
Yeah,
much better than. You're the 9 or 10. You got to win 2 games in a row.
Yeah, and I'd rather be 7 for logical reasons. But even if it's 8, I don't think that's absolute disaster. 9 feels like disaster.
I think 9 would be a disaster potentially. 7 or 8, whether you play the Pelicans or this. Let's say they're the 8.
Mm-hmm.
You play the Pelicans or Suns on the road.
Yeah.
You lose. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not saying you would. I'm saying let's say you lose. Okay, well now you're going to host the Lakers or Warriors.
Yeah.
I like. I'm not saying we win, but I like our chances in that. I think we would be the favorite in that, Vegas wise. Maybe
might be a pick 'em. Those two are yeah.
I think you know what. Honestly, I think the Warriors would probably be a pick 'em or Golden State favorite the way they're playing right now. I do think we'd be a small favorite over the Lakers, but then again, Vegas's job is just to even things out. It's not necessarily the better team, and there'd be so many people putting money on the Lakers.
Sure.
Yeah, you're right. So the worst case scenario, the Kings lose, the Suns, Pelicans, Lakers win, Kings are in 9th. Jason, as promised, we also have a best case.
Yeah, because it could be good news.
Best case scenario. And although, by the way, let's set it up. The Kings facing Oklahoma City tonight. And let's play a quick game of what are the odds with Jason Ross and Christopher Laud. The Sacramento Kings visiting the number 3 seed, 1 game out of the 1 seed Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder 29-8 at home. Kings 22-18 on the road. Who is favored and by how much?
Thunder, and I think the news is probably out by now for SGA being back. So Thunder by 5.5.
Thunder by 4.5.
Circle gets the square, but not 2 in a row. We have an exactly correct answer. The Sacramento Kings are dogs by exactly 5.5. So Vegas says OKC is going to win. The Suns at 7 o'clock host the Clippers. Who's favored by how much?
Clippers by 1.5. Yeah.
Jason.
Suns by half.
I think there's something going on with this game we don't know about right now. The Suns are favored by 7.5.
What?
Yeah, the Suns are favored by 7.5. Something's going on with the Clippers. It has to be, because I agree with you both. I would have been right. I would have said Suns, but probably like 2.5. I don't know why the Suns are favored by 7.5 unless Kawhi's out and something else is going on. So the Suns are favored to win. The Kings are favored to lose. You have New Orleans. We talked about against
13.
It was 13. The Pelicans are 13.5 point favorites. And then finally, the Lakers are hosting the Warriors. Who is favored and by how much?
Warriors by 3.5, because isn't there some concern about LeBron and AD?
Perhaps. Christopher Laud, who is favored by how much?
Lakers by 1.5.
Christopher Laud gets the win. Lakers by 2.5.
Interesting.
So, according to Vegas, the Sacramento Kings are going to be the 9 seed tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Suns, the Pelicans, and the Lakers are all favored to win. The Kings are favored to lose. Let's hope they buck the trend.
Yeah, but in that best case scenario, Kings win, Suns loss, Pelicans loss, Lakers loss. The best part of that is you'd be a game and a half clear of the Lakers, and you're likely staying out of the 9-10 with and the tiebreaker.
Right.
You'd be in a 3-way tie though with New Orleans and Phoenix.
Yes, you would. And having them here 2 games in a row at Golden One Center to finish the homestand.
Then you're basically in a tie for 6th with control back in your hands. But that's a perfect night. I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
I'm not sure if that's going to happen either. I am sure, however, that we will be paying bills here in a second. We will take a break. Listen, when we come back, we'll get back into the ratings with the women's tournament. Is this a blip on the radar, or is it sustainable? Will it carry over the WNBA? But arguably just as big a news. We'll see if this is another false start. But Charlotte announcing one of their, in fact, I think their first coaching interview for this soon-to-be vacant job opened by Steve Clifford. And it's somebody we all know and love. We'll tell you who it is next.
It's the final road game of the regular season for the Sacramento Kings.
Blocked over the shoulder by Sabonis, and it's grabbed by Colby Jones. 32 seconds to go. Here comes Fox and the Kings. Difference between the clocks is 13 seconds. Fox for 3. De'Aaron Fox has just hit a triple to put Sacramento on top, 100-99.
Check out the Kings and the Thunder from Oklahoma City. Tip-off Tuesday at 5 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Dirty Heads, live in concert. Every single day. Friday, April 12th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. Special guest, The Elevators. On sale at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Dirty Heads Live.
Rescue me.
Jiffy Lube has a special promotion going on right now. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube and receive a $25 e-gift card from popular brands for food, gas, and more. It's that easy. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change and receive a $25 e-gift card. So basically, going to Jiffy Lube can get you a free lunch or a pizza for dinner. That's what we call added value for the consumer. That's why Jiffy Lube is #1 in the greater Sacramento area for oil changes. Visit jiffylube.com for more details and valuable coupons today.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Enjoy the height of hospitality, whether you're craving an upscale steakhouse, authentic Chinese hot pot and dim sum, or having a refreshing beverage while watching the game. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Tub Shed, New Dawn Treatment Centers, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
Maida Chevy saves you $10,000 off MSRP on every new 2024 half-ton Silverado, LT, RST, and LTZ in stock after rebate. Over 50 to choose from. Exclusive. All in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. Ends 4/30/24.
Every beer has a history, but not every beer is as legendary as Coors Banquet. Brewed only in Golden, Colorado. Born of the Rocky Mountains. There's only one beer in the history of beer that has been as stolen, smuggled, and sought after as this one. It's time to find out why. Coors Banquet, brewed in Golden, Colorado, served everywhere. 2022 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake.
He says hello.
Hi.
Had some very nice things to say. He did. Had some very nice things to say about the show. So I got caught.
Okay.
Which is fine. I even said I had to get back on.
Yeah.
And then, you're on the phone with your mom or a relative, and you ever have a relative that's like, you have to like lead into the goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Usually isn't. It's usually very quick. Like, I'm busy. Go away. This is one of those like, all right, I got to go. Yeah. And by the way, okay, well, what am I going to do here? Do I fulfill my responsibilities as a radio host and be back on time?
Yes.
Or do I stay and listen to very nice things being said about the show and then share them with you guys and the audience? Big win for the audience with our market manager.
Well, you're not sharing them.
Oh, so there were. He went on this. He went back east.
Yeah,
was at the game out there, Kings game, and I guess there were very pleasant things said by other people there about the show. People that listen every day, and
nice.
It's a good time for us to say and not pat ourselves on the back, but pat you guys on the back. Talking to the listeners, thank you so much as always. I don't know why, but our numbers are great. Our sponsors are sponsoring. Everything's good, and that's because you guys choose to use your free time to tune into the three of us knuckleheads every day, and we couldn't appreciate that more. Yeah. That's a respectable job.
Yeah. Talking to a few of them yesterday, like we mentioned, Steven.
The
faithful.
Steven,
he was. He loves the show. He's like, I listen from the start of the day to the end of the day. Basically, he's into all the shows, and Just feels like he's a part of the family, which is what we want.
And not everybody has, we have 12 hours of live programming every day. Not everybody has 12 hours, and some people have to.
But you've got 4.
They have to dissect it. Yeah. And so if you only do have 4, just remember, we love all the shows on the station, but make sure to listen to this one first.
Yes.
Priorities. Sorry, everybody else. But, it's like Channel 3, our content partner, where the news comes first. I think we come first.
Yeah.
We're the ones that are the oldest. Well, that's not true.
Been here the longest. Consecutively.
Yeah. Gleason.
Well, I had that. Anyway.
I would say that we have the most combined years.
Well, not even close.
At the station? Yeah. Oh, God.
Not even close.
How long you been here?
15 years.
15. Jason?
30.
So that's 45. I am celebrating as an official employee, I am actually celebrating this year, my 20th year at the station. I first became an official full-time employee in 2004. No, part-time employee in 2004. Got the night show at 2006. This is my
65.
This is my 14th year in mornings.
Wow.
In mornings. I remember when Don Geronimo called me up to mornings, and I was like, this is never going to work. I go to bed at 5 a.m. My whole life, since my whole adult life, I'm nocturnal. How am I going to get up when I'm going to bed? And to this day, 14 years later, it's still not normal. I'm not walking over there before I get my coffee. That's exactly right. The Charlotte Hornets we talked about last week. Steve Clifford's going to step into a front office role at the end of the year. The first announced, I think, coaching candidate is the G League Coach of the Year, Lindsey Harding.
Well, there's been a few others, like Jordi
Fernandez. Yeah. I'm sorry. Why did I even say that? You're 100% right.
But stay away from the Kings. Well, it's a weird one, right? I would root for them to get the jobs if they want the jobs, but I also want them to stay around.
I've got a good question for you. Who would you rather lose, Lindsey or Jordi? Jason Ross, your thoughts?
I got good news and I got bad news. Neither, but in the sense of because I don't want them to go anywhere, but I do for them personally and professionally would be great.
I think it would be too. And I do have kind of an answer to that question, which is obviously tongue in cheek. But honestly, I'm not going to lie, man. I first off,
well, to be a pioneer, be the first female would be great.
I'm rooting for Lindsey.
Yeah.
And I have so much respect and love for Jordi.
Right.
Selfishly, I want to keep him here. Also, I know he's getting a head coaching. Like, I know that. We know that. Lindsey, to have Lindsey Harding be the first, be a pioneer, come from this program.
That's the other thing, too. Like, look, for
that'd be awesome.
As frustrating and up and down the roller coaster, like we talked about with G-Man earlier on the show, as this season has been, I still think it's a feather in the cap for the team and the organization.
Yeah.
To have people that are now coveted from this bench, right? Because there was plenty of times, I think one of the bigger issues the Kings had before is not only would they go through head coaching turnover, there was a run, Dave, where the head coach would never get another job again.
That's right.
So now you have a head coach that's won coach of the year and would be coveted in other spots, but you have assistants that are being desired, and that shows you're doing something right.
A longtime listener, JR in the Bay Area, not JR on the phone we're about to get to, says Shaq had the same draw as Caitlin Clark and Tiger coming out of LSU in his first couple years in Orlando. I got to disagree with that. Shaq was huge, no pun intended. Shaq was arguably, he was the biggest star on his team, but Chris Jackson was right behind him. That LSU team was insane. And I don't even know if Shaq, like LeBron Shaq was a huge prospect coming out. Don't get me wrong. Number 1 pick, no doubt about it. But I don't think the hype for Shaq was the same as LeBron. I think it was almost, but LeBron was a more hyped number 1 pick than Shaq was. And no, I don't think you could attach the hell, you could argue Yao Ming had probably more numbers behind him. No disrespect to Shaq or anything like that, but I just don't think it's the same. Good morning, JR. Welcome in. Good morning. It's not a show without JR. Hello.
30 years, J. Ross?
I count him in dog years.
That's right. So 210 years, Jason Ross.
Oh, my God. You are a legend.
Hey, JR, real quick. Let me jump in here.
Yes.
Jason, have you noticed that? Like, it's an incredible. No, I'm talking to Jason here, but you're part of the conversation. I just want to branch off of what you just said. Have you noticed, Jason? And this is like an incredible compliment, obviously, but have you noticed it like a pickup lately over like when people say you're like, who was it? Kevin John of our local ABC station called you and I Sacramento legends on Twitter yesterday. Like, you couldn't have a bigger compliment. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But is it just me, or is it also, there's like a little bit of a, well, yeah, that's awesome and humbling, but also in order to be a legend, you have to kind of be old.
Oh,
like there's no young legends.
I accept it fully, especially when it's coming from JR.
No, it's a huge compliment, JR, but like, you're never like, oh, look at the baby that won the races. She's a legend. Like,
who's that baby that's on all the memes? He's kind of a legend. But hey, J. Ross changed my life. You ready for this?
Okay.
Here's a serious note. I forget what year you needed blood and you started the blood source stuff. I've been giving blood for 25 plus years.
Yes.
J. Ross was doing something special for Jack, and I started doing it, and I do it now almost every month. And J. Ross changed my life for a positive, and that's a true legend right there.
That's awesome. Thank you, JR.
We are old. We know VHSs. Are you guys kidding? Be kind, rewind. We are old. Even you, CMC. All right. Love the show. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Wait, was that actually JR?
Yeah,
I think so. Also, when he said you changed his life for the positive.
Yeah.
Was that a blood type pun? Because if so, that was really well done.
And if he's been doing, isn't he out of blood?
That's it.
Yeah.
It's over.
Thank you, JR.
Garrett. Good morning, Garrett.
Good morning. How's it going, guys?
You know what? We have the greatest job in the world.
You guys really do. I just got to say, I've been listening to you guys for, forever now. Carmichael Dave, I was listening to you back when you were on Quad, when you were after the British dude. I think his name's Nick Monroe.
Nick Monroe.
When you were after him, he was a jerk, and then I remember you'd come on, and I'd be like, "Oh God, a nice little breath of fresh air after dealing with the jerk that was Nick Monroe." But and then when you came over to the sports station, I remember it was Carmichael Dave, and I was like, that has to be the same guy.
Wow.
And then yeah, man, you guys are awesome, and you guys are legends, and it does mean you're old, but it also means that you're wise, because you guys have seen and done so much stuff for Sacramento in the sports community and the whole community, everything. And you guys are just awesome. And I can't wait to keep listening to you guys for the next 30 years. Have a good one.
Thank you. That's like literally the best. Let's have more of that at 1-800-912-1140.
And I like it.
I don't know either, but it just happened. Let's just finish the show that way. Like, let's next hour and 20 minutes.
Tell us how great.
How great are we?
Yes.
And how big of a. That was a really nice call.
It was.
I don't even.
Except for Nick Monroe.
Yeah, it's true. Nick Monroe.
Whoa.
Yeah. Remember how Coach T called me Donkey?
Yeah.
Hey, Carmichael Donkey.
Yeah.
I used to have this sweater once, and there was a brand on it. I don't even know if it exists anymore, but it was like these black leather shoulder stripes, and it said BOFF on it, BOFF. No, this is a true story. And so every time I'd walk in towards the end of Nick's show, he'd be like, "Hey, BOFF, you mother," and he'd just lay into it. And Nick was incredibly talented. He was like from New Zealand or Australia, whatever, same thing. Always pisses people off. But like, he was also like, the circle didn't always fit the square. You know what I'm saying? In the head. So he threw a CD at me once, Frisbee style, reflexes. I caught it like Neo style, but man, if I hadn't, he was very whatever. But then just when I thought I hated him, he'd like get real nice. He's one of those people. But yeah, Quad was basically a long time ago. The fact that he's able the boff. Hey, boff, what you doing, you small piece of, that's how he talked. It was like his way of being affectionate was just,
that's love.
You're going to be a failure just like your grandpa. And I'm like, you don't even know. Like, okay, we'll take a break. When we come back, more of us. Your phone calls at 1-800-920-1140. How great are we? Also, and seriously, that's super nice. Thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you. Who's hot? Who's not? We'll go streaking. 3 in the key next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
It's time to trade in and trade up at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com. It's all a click away.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
Welcome to the Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course. With an array of local craft brews from a selection of 20 taps, the Tap House menu boasts freshly made sandwiches, crisp salads, and a variety of specialty entrees. The Tap House is the perfect place for a round after your round at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course, especially during happy hour from 3 to 6 daily. Drop by the Tap House Restaurant for scenic views, exquisite food, and a hearty welcome. The Tap House at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You can host the best backyard barbecue when you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Without the ones like you who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you want a deal that's a slam dunk, go see the winning team at Folsom Lake Ford. Folsom Lake Ford is your truck headquarters with all your American-made favorites, like America's best-selling F-Series, F-150s, and Super Duties, or spacious new Explorers and Expeditions, plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports, all in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. In the Folsom Auto Mall, you can buy any new Ford with zero down on approved credit, save big with low interest finance rates, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Check out the huge selection of inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership to see their most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. They'll help you out. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 35 years and counting.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not? It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
UConn's men's basketball team.
Yeah, they are.
They're the second team to ever win all 6 games of a single NCAA tournament by 13 points or more. Do you know who the other team to accomplish that same feat?
UCLA.
The 2023 UConn men's basketball team.
Man. Yeah, so I said online, UConn just finished the most dominant run in NCAA men's history, tournament run. And boy, do I have UCLA fan in my mentions right now, which
and it's all Jason.
I think Jason's he texted out on the UCLA text thread.
Oh, I did the call out and everybody knew.
And it's like, I don't really have an argument against that because truly, like, come on, UCLA.
About 10 and 12 years, but whatever.
Yeah. But I'm talking about
cute,
single tournament. And then, so our old Kings trainer, Pete Youngman.
Yeah.
Not old age-wise, but, used
the
to be.
trainer?
Yeah. So he's like, what about UCLA? And so my
good point, Pete.
My go-to was like, well, they were playing against plumbers. I was like doing that with
all those college plumbers.
All those college plumbers and people stocking shelves.
Plumber apprentices.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then some other guy. And I was like, here's the thing, though. Like, UConn has the biggest point differential, but also, don't they play more games now than UCLA did in the tournament? Didn't it used to be just like 32 or something? I honestly don't know.
So way back then, I think it was like 4. It was the starting 4.
Come on, that was before your time. That's not a Jason's old joke. You weren't around for Kareem's run at UCLA. Wait, hold on a second. Let me do the math here.
No.
You weren't, right? No. Okay, you had me going for a second. I was like, wait a minute. He was in the NBA in like the late 60s.
My mom was there with
right,
him.
exactly.
And dad.
Exactly. Yeah. You actually had me scared for a second. I was way off.
Jason doesn't like the ha 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 you're old jokes, but he hates the when he throws something out like, oh, maybe I am that old, and then you believe him.
Right.
Yeah.
Then it's even worse because it's not like you're like 10 years older than me. We're pretty much darn near the same age.
Pretty close.
Yeah. So anything that's
off.
anything that stains you smears me. Right.
Gross.
Real quick, I got a baseball note for you before we get to do we already do who's not?
No.
Okay, who's not?
Mike Yastrzemski.
Yeah, he's stinky poo.
Now, I remember his grade.
He has just 1 hit and 20 at bats. He is batting .050 and has had 11 strikeouts so far to start the season.
It's not great.
And Dave has them eliminated from the playoffs.
They are eliminated from the playoffs. Also, and by the way, if there's like some weird history here, I apologize. I don't know anything about the Yastrzemski family history other than, grandpa was amazing and son is amazing. I don't know. So if I'm stepping into something here, apologies in advance. But assuming there's not something weird going on there or tragic, like, do you think that Carl Yastrzemski's son and Mike's dad is like,
what happened to me?
Like, what happened to me? Is he like the Cooper Manning? Or not? Is it? Yeah, it's Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Is he like the Cooper Manning of Yastrzemski's, where like everyone's a pro but him?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, yeah, but I got
what a baseball family.
Yeah, but I got the blue ribbon best sales of the month insurance award. Suck it. Like, what?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I don't know. Jason, after opening day, July 5th, is the best-selling ticket day for the Yankees. Why? Are they playing the Red Sox?
Why? Are they playing the Red Sox?
No, it's George Costanza bobblehead day.
Oh, okay.
And my goodness gracious, is that
that'd be a fun bobblehead.
The Athletic, Ken Rosenthal has an article today about the A's coming to Sacramento. It's a good article. I suggest you read it. And if you don't have a subscription, get off your wallet. It's like $1 a month.
We're talking about the A's next, aren't we?
Yes, we are, as a matter of fact. When we talk about the A's next, I'm going to tell you, it's a comment from a player about playing here. And it might surprise you as to what
is it glowing?
I wouldn't
describe it.
I
on a
wouldn't
1 to 10 without saying it.
On a 1 to 10 on the glow scale?
The glow would light the green beam.
The gorgeous ladies of wrestling?
Yes, and one would be
I would say it's a little closer to than the green beam.
Let's tease.
But what makes it even better is who said it.
Oh.
That's important.
We gonna know who it is?
We will know who it is.
It's revealed in the article?
That's coming up next. Okay. But first, let's go streaking. That's where you hit the button.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can
And I'm like, is that a left field? Is that a Sports Center
He is
logo?
the next Jared Cheetah.
He's their shortstop.
He is.
He is. And
Yeah,
he's
you
really
knew that.
Anthony Volpe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stud.
Total stud.
Okay.
Love him.
I'm going to go with Julio Rodriguez.
That's a pretty good pick.
The Seattle Mariners.
Yeah,
He's
I like
not hitting well, but I'm going to believe in him.
Well, you know what? Maybe both of you can get off the schneid together.
Yeah. Chris?
I'm going to take Alex Verdugo.
Hey, yeah, Yankee.
Hopefully Alex Verdugo yard today. and then Chris streak will continue.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take a break. Tiger Woods is at the podium right now.
Job of bringing together.
So more Tiger later. Golf.
Yeah. Still have to do 3 in the key when we come
When
back.
we come back, 3 in the key. And who said the thing about playing in Sacramento
Yeah, who
about
said
the
the
A's?
thing?
Who was that? And what did they say? All of that coming for you. No.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. And 6-1, visit staples.com/print for details.
I love this time of year when the azaleas begin to bloom and the singing birds' sweet dawn chorus remind us that blue skies and sunshine are at hand. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. In sports, the definition for the word master is one who's achieved a high degree of skill, and that will be on display in the anticipated golf tournament. In the furniture business, a master is a highly skilled craftsman, an artist even, whose work is coveted by those who appreciate design, quality, and durability. John Keyes was the mastermind of Naturewood Home Furnishings. He knew that you wanted your home to reflect your personal style, whether that was a plain coffee table or a masterpiece for you to enjoy forever. That's why when you walk into Naturewood Home Furnishings, you'll find the largest and best selection of the highest quality home furnishings in Northern California. Masterful. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's going on for Dodge's Last Call sales event?
We're celebrating 75 years in business by offering 75 new Dodge Chargers and Challengers at enormous discounted prices to say thank you. Right now, get your hands on the last of the gas-powered 2023 Dodge Charger and Challenger GTs and SXTs and save up to $13,000 off MSRP. But you better hurry in because you only have until April 13th.
How about the Scat Packs? You got any deals on those?
Yep. We've got some of the biggest savings I've ever seen. But like I said, you better hurry in because these are the very last of the gas-powered Chargers and Challengers. And you only have until April 13th to cash in on this anniversary savings.
Well, you better get moving to Hoblet Dodge in Woodland or search, select, and save through our whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on Dodge Charger Challenger SXT after 8420 factory rebates and 4,600 dealer discounts. May include 500 first responder cash. Must be a current member of eligible First Responder Association. 10th net savings. See dealer for details.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
We will get you to Styles and Watkins to wrap up the hour. Little celebrity birthdays at the end of the show as well. But still, one final hour to get to and uncover all these nuggets that you've got for us today.
One
Dave.
final hour.
Yes.
But we still got to do the thing, right?
Yes.
The 3 in the key.
We do.
Do we have John Tesh in the other room?
Subscribe to Sactown.
He's not there. That's the other guy.
John wants us to subscribe to Sactown Sports. I don't disagree with him.
It's nice of John.
John Tesh
I got it.
is the former host of Entertainment Tonight and the composer of Round Ball Rock, the very theme to tonight's 3 in the key, Oklahoma City Thunder, Sacramento Kings. This time it's for real, 5 p.m. tip-off.
Yes.
Right here on the Sporty 1140.
All right, category number 1. SGA is back. He's playing. He and De'Aaron Fox had a big game against one another in game 2 of this 3 games so far played this year. But maybe we want SGA's points and De'Aaron Fox's points. Category 1.
I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to call this pick the Mad Dog. Except doubles, 40-40.
40 each?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Big nights for both of them.
I have 30 for SGA, 39 for Fox.
Okay, you're probably right.
34 for SGA, 28 for De'Aaron.
Wow. Chris Roulette hates De'Aaron Fox.
All right, he played a career low the other day. We're looking for minutes for Harrison Barnes.
I'm just going to be hopeful here. Let me say 28.
Okay, I have 24.
Big bounce back for Harry Barnes.
18.
It's going to be I got to pick him up at the airport in the middle of the night.
Just minutes.
Right. Just for minutes.
Random stat. Something different. Something you're predicting. Something weird.
Give me a 20-point game from Lou Dort.
Oh.
He always seems he's kind of a fringe member of the Lorenzen Wright All-Stars. Rest in peace.
Dort for 20 or more.
He seems to always get us.
I'm going to say that I'm going to take a Carmichael Dave special. Every coach's challenge will be one tonight.
Really?
So that could be 2 total. That could be 4. It could be 1. Whatever it is. They all will be 1.
Uh-oh.
End of music.
Board's messing up.
Chris
Verlaud.
Keegan Murray and Trey Lyles will combine for 7 3-pointers or more.
So there's a possibility there that you're hoping Trey Lyles has 7 3-pointers tonight. Keegan Murray questionable.
No, he's fine.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
He told me.
All right, breaking news.
How did he tell you?
He texted me.
Oh, in Pig Latin. A May-aying play unite. No one does Pig Latin anymore. You notice that? Also, why is it Pig Latin? Is a pig ever spoken, and much less Latin? But have you Pig Latin? I think Pig Latin and the putty that you could put on a comic strip.
Silly putty.
So are comic strips.
That is true. Do they still do colored comic strips in the Bee on Sundays?
I think so.
That used to be the thing, man. Like you roll in, the Bee come out, and that's where like my dad would grab the sports page. I'm like, give me the funnies, Dad. And he'd always lay them out for me. Yeah, the funnies.
Yeah.
You roll in, there's Snoopy, Calvin and Hobbes, Luann, Andy Capp,
Broomhilda,
Hagar the Horrible, Family Circus, Far Side. And then you got to figure out around the breakfast table, what's the plexer? Yeah. Now they have like Sudoku or whatever this newfangled crap is.
Back in my day.
And they wouldn't put the answer in until the next day.
Suspense, that's a tease.
Plexers were great.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Plexers? It went the way of Dristan and Bufferin. And whatever the new print.
Yeah.
Little yellow, different, better. All right, let's get to this quote. We're reminiscing being grandpas. Ken Rosenthal in The Athletic writing an article about players coming to Sacramento and playing here. The following player who can opt out at the end of the year said this about playing in Sacramento, and I'm going to omit part of this because it'll give it away. Quote, I would certainly consider it because the idea of playing there would be enticing. But the lack of big league facilities and the product that organization is putting out there is not something I'd want to be a part of. Now, the actual quote, without omissions or adjustments, I would certainly consider it because the idea of playing at home has always been enticing. Ladies and gentlemen, Stingers down. Reese Hoskins said that.
Okay.
That there were other player quotes too in there.
Yeah.
That the idea Ken was basically pushing, which is true, is just simply what possible idea do we have that John Fisher's going to spend any money here? And the fact that their main source of revenue is the Comcast Sports Bay Area, California revenues, which were in the 70 millions, will now almost certainly be cut in half or more. So why would John Fisher spend any more money? And in fact, he could even spend less money, as weird as it sounds. So this is going to be a situation where it is definitely atmosphere over product.
Yeah. I mean, so part of me, I was trying to think as a logical person in this. I said, well, look, my analogy was, hey, I run my house the way I run my house. Oh, but Dave's coming over for a week. I'm going to clean it up a little bit.
Right.
So it may not be perfect, but I'm going to a new location. Maybe I'll spend a little bit more money. I'm not going to be the Yankees. I'm not going to be the Dodgers. I'm not going to do that. But there's zero track record of that. And you could also argue the other way and say, well, look, if Sacramento comes out, no matter what we are, let's say we are even worse than now, like a horrific team, like a 25-win team. Would it matter?
Would it matter to the atmosphere? Are you asking, or would it matter? Okay.
No, I mean, so logically, my thought was, look, I'm going somewhere new. Again, I'm not going to get ridiculous with spending, but hey, if we could get this player, if Reese Hoskins could come here, and it's going to cost me a little bit more than I wanted to spend. Again, that's not the difference-making player,
right?
But in the past years, have done none of that. The recent past, and Fisher, there's no track record of that for him.
I can all but guarantee you that the Sacramento A's, whatever they are, that the way they're going to set everything up is they're counting on a 3-year stay here at minimum. I can all but guarantee you that they will either require or there will be incentives, heavy incentives for season ticket holders to sign up for all 3 years.
Yeah.
It's what they did at Golden One Center. I
don't remember that they did that.
They did that I know they did it for lofts and boxes.
Okay.
I don't know if they did that for
they did
stuff.
as far as I know.
But there will be incentives. And I said before, I do believe that all 3 years will be at or near capacity.
Yeah. And I think the two situations, by the way, are completely different. Like the Kings were saved. They're going to a new bit. Like, I think they didn't have to do anything really.
I'm with you. And I think they're going to have to do a couple things here, but they're going to want to ensure. Remember, they're going to want to prove some things.
Right.
So, Jason, I would present to you the following scenario. The A's are coming here, and in the process, they're losing probably at least 50% of their money from Comcast. That is the bulk of that's their big income. They're going to have probably pre-sold the bulk, if not all, of 3 years worth of tickets with single game options, I'm sure, available. What possible incentive does John Fisher have to spend any money here?
Yeah, but zero.
None.
Yeah, there's no incentive. It would be more, not even, I guess, pride is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but these show no track record for that.
John Fisher has no pride.
The best bet for the team to be better than they are is really, honestly, with player development.
That's
with
right.
The players they have now that, hey, this one struck. And what you hope to avoid is what also had happened to the A's, even in this last 10 years where they've made the playoffs, I think 6 of the 10.
Yeah.
They would get a player or two that would develop nicely, and then they're a Dodger, a Yankee, a Red Sox. They went somewhere else. So even if they do find somebody along the line here in the next year or two that, hey, that guy's a stud or two, you hope to keep him through that. But I can't guarantee that.
But and again, I would say what possible
track record would suggest they'd be gone.
Right. By the way, according to MLB.com, the Oakland Athletics currently have the 25th best pipeline in baseball, but it's misleading. They're not in a good way. Number 26, the Atlanta Braves.
Mm-hmm.
Number 27, the Houston Astros. Number 28, the Royals, followed by the Marlins and the Angels. So there's 3 teams in there. But in the case of the Braves and the Astros, those pipelines are dead right now because they're building a championship, perennial championship caliber team. Sometimes that's going to happen. So really, you could make an argument. Well, I don't think there's an argument. The A's have right now a bottom 4, if not worse. And granted, Scouttown are always right.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there's going to be a couple people between the Angels, Marlins, and A's. There's probably an all-star or two in that minor league system right now. It's just the way it is.
Well, and I could be wrong from the last 10 years or so. I don't remember them being lauded as having a great farm system. And ultimately, last year's all-star game, there's Matt Olson. There's Chapman's been an all-star. And they've been all-stars away from the A's.
Yes.
I mean, Jonah Heim, Sean Murray. It's just they've developed guys that have become good players. So they could. It's just, right now they're not in that stretch.
You're asking players, at least in the beginning, to come play not only in a minor league stadium, and not only, and I'm saying this as a native, not only in a city that's not going to be on anybody's top 10 list for awesome places to road trip or live. And in a lot of cases, they don't know. Sacramento is the best kept secret. I love it. You love it. But this isn't generally where pro athletes, when they go on the road, want to go on the road to.
Yeah.
So you have a geographical issue. You have,
but isn't that more for the road? So let's just take this exact A's team this year, whatever they finish.
Yes.
And then boom, we already advanced to next April and they're here.
Yeah.
This year is miserable in Oakland.
Yes.
Miserable.
Yes.
If they come here and they're, the 14,000 and they're full every night. Yeah, there might be better facilities other places.
Yes.
But are they that much better in Oakland?
There won't be a better atmosphere in baseball than here.
So I think that
next year.
Now the opposing teams may be like, what's with the visiting dugout? Like, I don't really like this place.
I just don't know what incentive they're going to have to. Basically, any hope they have at signing any free agents are going to be the bottom of the barrel guys that cannot find a contract and are willing to sign for the league minimum. I mean, it's really because what? First off, it's not like the A's are going to be offering. They're not going to be competing with monetarily. We just pointed that out. There's no incentive for Fisher to spend money. And then on top of that, well, even if you're a bottom of the barrel guy, well, okay, I guess if it's a choice between not playing baseball and playing in Oakland, now you could argue, hey, you got a lot of guys trying to prove themselves, last chance. Maybe there's something there that they just put one of those weird good teams together. But I really hope that Sacramento fans, if there's one thing I would like to try to do between now and next year, and I know most get this, but is assuage you of any thoughts that this is going to be a competitive baseball team. It's about the other teams coming here, and it's about Sacramento fans being Sacramento fans and showing out and going insane. But also remember, every game you're going to have, the Yankees come here and play. Get used to seeing a bunch of Yankee caps.
So like it is in Oakland.
Like it is in Oakland right now. But generally here, for example, with the Kings, when we see a bunch of Laker caps, that's not a fun thing. We don't like that. We don't welcome that. It's a lot less welcome than in baseball, where it's more understood. But you're going to see that. You're going to see games here where it's louder for the road team than it is for the home team. And I don't know that what happens to rivalries. Who is the rivalry? Who is the rival of the Sacramento A's? Well, probably wins. That's probably their biggest rivalry, is them versus winning a ball game. That'll be interesting, though. We'll take a break. When we come back, I don't know. What the hell? Oh, I know. When we come back, how good is LeBron James this year? Let's compare that to other people his age or in this part of their careers and see how crazy that is. We'll also go around the world of sports as well. We got a lot to clean up. Don't go away before we get to what to watch, and then crosstalk with Styles and Watkins. Final hour of the show next.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Styles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9998 now.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
LeBron James, don't worry, we're not spending a segment on this. We're spending like 2 seconds on it, but just thought this was an interesting number, Jason. Right now, with a handful of games left this year, LeBron James in his 21st season has 1,724 points. Every other player in NBA history that has ever played a 21st season combined has 1,230 points. LeBron has 556 assists in his 21st season. Every other player in NBA history that has ever had a 21st season has 207 assists. I think it's safe to say LeBron James is having the greatest 21st season in NBA history.
Without a doubt. It's not even close.
Without a doubt.
That's the greatest feather in his cap. Like, if you're looking for something to, if you say LeBron's the greatest, that would be my angle. It's like, hey, there's nobody been this good this long as LeBron.
And the part of the argument I can't stand is when people are like, oh, yeah, I played 21 years. Well, what's the best ability? It's availability. Give me, as I've said before, you can have all your GOAT conversations you want. Michael Jordan, Kareem, whatever. If you gave me a choice, knowing what everybody's career was in advance, if I could go back in time to 1999, I don't know, 2000, and in this magical world, I could draft at 18 years old, knowing what their careers would be. Kareem, Wilt, Jordan, whoever, I'm taking LeBron James number one because I know he's giving me 21 years of LeBron Jamesing.
Yeah, and that first point where you're like, oh, he's played 21 years. No, that's my point is the 21st year, he's better than anybody by far. So this isn't a lot. This isn't he's adding on to his stats. It's look what he's still doing. Like, remember AD was supposed to take over this team like about 4 years ago. He still hasn't. It's still LeBron's the best player on that team.
I mean, he's still playing at an all-star.
Incredible.
It is Masters Week. Tomorrow we will be picking, we will each pick 3 players. And whoever has the
3 in the green.
3 in the green. I love that. Whoever has the best combined result wins our stupid contest between us, just for funsies.
And we're checking in with our golf guy, Garrett Johnson, tomorrow.
Garrett Johnson, brother of Dustin, coming in. Probably nice, brother. Jason, as I like to do every year because I'm fat, I like to go through one of the many reasons I'd want to go to Augusta someday, and that is once you get in, and it's a ridiculous price to get in. I think it's somewhere between 10 and 13 grand for a 4-day pass these days on the secondary market to go watch the golfy. But once you get in, you're not really spending that much money, at least not on food.
Oh, good.
Here's once again,
but parking.
Yeah, right. Menu samples and prices from the Masters in Augusta. And oh, by the way, also read an article yesterday on how smoothly everything's run. Not only are these prices going to blow you away, but also apparently like the concessions are like the lines are like they run like clockwork. Nice. They really have it figured out there. Let's see. A breakfast sandwich at the Masters, $3. A blueberry muffin, $1.50. Their world famous pimento cheese and egg salad sandwiches, $1.50. Fresh mixed fruit, $2. Pork barbecue sandwich, $3. How about a club sandwich? I mean, club sandwich. That's $3. Classic chicken sandwich, $3. Soft drinks, $2. I know what Chris is waiting for.
That's weird that a soft drink is $2 and a sandwich is $3.
You think the soft drink should be worth or more?
Well, generally, like right now, equivalent, you get a club sandwich at a golf course here. It's 10?
Like 10, yeah.
And a drink's like
oh, you're saying the drink? Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. The thing about also, there's a reason why another place in pro sports, for example, where concessions are cheap, is Atlanta Falcons games. There's a reason. They're both in Georgia, and Coca-Cola kind of underwrites a lot of that too. Mm-hmm. That's where it's located. Beers, domestic and imports, $5.
Wow.
Domestic or import, $5. A white wine, of course, $6. Cookies, $1.50. Georgia peach ice cream sandwich, $2.50. That's it. They actually have a new luxury facility. I think it's $18,000 for the week. It comes with a 4-day pass, and it's all you can eat and all you can drink in a very nice location. But it also makes you wonder, number one, food's so cheap here. Why would you do that? Secondly, here's the neat thing about this experience you can pay for. It's not on the site. It's down the street at a shopping mall that the Augusta National Golf Club bought back in, I think, 2022. What? Yeah, they just to walk down the street at a shopping mall. They've opened up a mass. You can walk back over and go watch the golf.
Yeah,
but the place you're watching on the TVs, it's like a little mini master sports bar.
Wow. So you wanted to go here forever. What would you do?
I think I'm going next year.
If you got in,
I think I'm going to go next year. I do. I almost went this year, and I couldn't lay the coin down, man. I just couldn't pull.
So you're going to pay for it, or you're still trying to get on the waiting list?
Of course I want to get on the waiting. Of course I'm trying to win the lottery every year, but I think either way, I think next year I'm going to bite the bullet and go. I do. Dude, it's the number one bucket list sports item for me. Every year I get this. Like if I got a call from somebody literally it's 9:23 in the morning. If I got a text from a buddy who was like, "Hey dude, this guy got sick. I've got these at whatever. I'm on a plane today. I'm going to our boss and I'm saying, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I got one of my best friend's weddings on Saturday. Swear to God, I do." And I'd be like, sorry, pal. And he'd understand.
Yeah.
Once I got there, what would I do? Well, I would definitely go there for a practice round first. Because I would be there every day during the week I could, because you can bring cameras in for the practice rounds. You can't bring them in during. So I would do nothing but just take pictures and videos and walk. I would start at 1 and I would walk the whole course. But the moment I got in there, like just the things I've dreamed about doing, I've always said this. I want to know the smell. I want to get there and I want to smell the azaleas. I want to feel the light spring humidity. I want to stand on the bridge by Ray's Creek and just look around. And because when you've watched something, is one of the first things I remember watching with my dad was Master Sundays. And you watch it through the years and the music, it's almost Pavlovian.
Yeah.
They talk about the romance of going to the ballpark, and that's a real thing, a baseball park. When I walked into Candlestick or wherever now, but to me, the most romantic venue in all of sports is Augusta National. And I want to walk it. I want to smell it. I want to see it. I want to touch the grass, and the golf is almost secondary to me. That I want to go there for the course.
But I guess too, besides all that, would you walk the course, follow a player, or park it somewhere and go, okay, this is a really good location?
I think the answer is yes. I think being there 4 days,
you could choose how you do
100%. I'm pretty sure the first day I would probably, I just want to see so much. I'd definitely walk the course. I'd pick a foursome. I'd probably also, I think the first day I would pick a foursome that went out relatively early enough and that was relatively unheralded. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd pick, Fred Mickelson and John Tompelson and whoever, and I'd go out with them and there are 4 people in the gallery so that I could really see how these professional golfers play the course.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And elbow the guy in the throat who says mashed potatoes every time. Then maybe the second day I might post up somewhere, maybe somewhere where like the green's here and the tee is over here, like they have at Pebble. And so I kind of move around. Then maybe the third day maybe that's the day I follow Tiger or whoever and just deal with it. And then probably the fourth day, that's where I just put my chair right on the 18th green in the front row. Because I'm sure that would be available.
Yeah. 16th would be fun too.
16th would be, yeah. I mean, just
in your life.
I mean, it's so stupid that not only do we work in sports, but that we worked for CBS for so long before they sold the station to Bonneville, our lovely partners now. Partners, I should say, our lovely bosses.
Yeah.
Overlords. And we've never, like, why can't we broadcast from the Masters? Like, I wonder if I wrote a letter to whoever, Jonathan Masters, Could we broadcast live?
It's Johnny LeMaster.
It is Johnny LeMaster. Also, I mentioned earlier that I said the Giants season is over, and I had taken selected bets off of people I knew on Twitter.
Yeah.
During the last break, a new one has been added. I now have a $100 bet, and I'm giving 2-1 odds. So it's 200 for him, 100 for me, that the Giants will not make the wild card with Olden Polonies.
Really?
Yes, he piped in and said, I'll take that bet. I know. I don't know what the connection is. It's really random. I promise you I'll pay up. I don't want Olden come after me and arrest me.
That's an old joke.
It's if you know, you know.
You know.
Love our guy, OP. Love him to death. So, yeah, OP's on the hook now, or I'm on the hook with OP. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch? We got a lot to watch tonight, Jason Ross. Oh, and also the Giants and the A's. Yeah, baseball.
Yeah.
Only 151 to go. Feel it. I'm baby.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Right back. Sactown Sports.
Can Mike Brown build on last season's Coach of the Year award? Can the Kings exceed 48 wins?
We will be better prepared to make the run that we expect to run come next playoff.
Tune into every Kings game this season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Tuesday. We're looking at a warmer day today after a comfortable start to the morning. Into the afternoon, we'll have plenty of sunshine, light northwest winds, and highs today climbing to the upper 70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Celebrate Sacramento Rivercats baseball during our 25th anniversary season. Pick your favorite weekly promotion, giveaway game, or theme night, and join the fun at Sutter Health Park. Stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with the brightest fireworks in town. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com. We'll see you there.
I'm Ken Korak with our first Green and Gold report for 2024, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, for the A's to turn around their fortunes this year, they'll have to play better defense than they've shown early in the season. Now, bright spots on the mound. Paul Blackburn went 7 in the last game of the Cleveland series, 3 hits and no runs. And then Kyle Muller in the first game against the Red Sox comes out of the bullpen, 5 1/3, 1 hit, and 6 strikeouts.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Welcome to the April Adventure Sales Event at Kia Vacaville. Are you ready for an extraordinary experience? We're excited to introduce you to the pinnacle of automotive excellence, the Kia Telluride. During April Adventure, come and explore the remarkable features of the Kia Telluride. It's not just a vehicle, it's a lifestyle with a seamless blend of sophistication and practicality. The Telluride is ready to elevate your driving experience to new heights. Whether you're embarking on a family road trip or navigating the urban jungle, the Kia Telluride offers unparalleled comfort and innovation. Plus, with Kia's commitment to safety and reliability, you can drive with confidence wherever the road takes you. Don't miss this opportunity to experience the extraordinary Kia Telluride for yourself. Visit Kia of Vacaville today and take advantage of exclusive offers during the April Adventure Sales Event. Your adventure begins here. Kia of Vacaville, where innovation meets excellence. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia of Vacaville for more details.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
Just to make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
All right, let's go to Jim. At 1-800-920-1140 as we start the second to last segment. Crosstalk with Styles and Watkins coming up next. Good morning, Jim. You're on with Jason Ross and Carmichael Dave. Jim! I should probably press the button. And Jim hung up. Okay.
Oh. Sorry, Jim.
No, I didn't touch it again.
First, you pressed the wrong button.
That might have happened.
And
there he is. Jim, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Sorry, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Sorry about that. Go ahead. Welcome in.
Hey, thank you. A couple of golf things. First of all, I don't know if either of you guys do grocery shopping but a club sandwich and a soda. Club sandwich at a course probably $14.95, and a soda $3 to $4, $3.89. And I've been to the Masters a couple times. If one of you guys is talking about going down there, great place to sit. That I like the best. Was the behind the 14th tee. You can watch them coming down the 13th hole, like when they go out to the right in the pine straw or duck hook it left into the woods. And then when they hit it in the creek, you get to watch them go in there and putt for eagle on 13 and all that. Then they walk over right in front of you and tee off going up 14. That was a place my dad and I used to sit. Hospitality, like you were talking about, unparalleled. I was there the year Nicklaus won and a couple years later, but my dad, who was a golf pro, all they do is flash their PGA membership. They've always gone free and still do.
Wow.
But he never wanted to stay on Sunday because it was too crowded. So we flew back to Boston Sunday morning and I watched at my friend's apartment. And then I was there a couple years later. I forget who won that year. But another quick memory, it's a great place. You'll be drawing within 10 hours of landing, just talking like they do. And Ian woos them like 5'4", 5'5", blasting balls to the back of the ring.
Wow. Yeah.
Just like, how did someone that small win major tournaments? But they do.
It's amazing to watch these guys up close, and they're almost all little, or it's not like you see a lot of 6'5"
guys. A lot of guys
out there.
5'8", 5'9", and you're like, well, if he can do it,
right? Why can't I
break 80 at Ansel?
Exactly. Well, because all
too hard there, but anyway, so I hope you get down there, and thanks for taking the call.
Hey, thanks for the memories. No, that's what's up, Tom Morton.
Yeah.
Can't you hook me up?
I know. What about that?
What the heck?
Get a media
I
credential.
was telling you during the break, like, God, why don't I mean, how hard? It's probably everybody and their mom wants to get a media credential, but I mean, we're not just Johnny come lately. We've been in this business a while.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get a green RV. Just go town to town.
Yeah. I mean, it's so weird, a sport that you and I can play and do play and others play, and then you get around professionals. It's like, well, we're doing the same thing, but they are much better at it.
What did you say the other break? You said, sometimes I wonder if on this course, if I've hit a shot better than a pro would. The answer is, yeah, you have.
That's the weird part of it. Or just it happens if I've hit something that's just tremendous. I'm like, wow, that was pretty incredible. Yeah. And I go, I wonder literally, like, would I've done better on this specific shot at this moment than Tiger?
Yeah.
And the answer is maybe yes.
You have.
Now,
for sure.
Okay. One for me.
Yeah, one out of every 100
million.
200 million, whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tiger, he was asked, what gets him out of bed in the morning?
I love golf. I do. I've always loved it. I played other sports growing up, but I just have always loved this sport, and I love to compete and be able to have the love I have for the game and the love for competition be intertwined. I think that's one of the reasons why I've had a successful career. I just love doing the work. I love logging the time in, and I love preparing. I love competing, and I love that feeling when everything's on fire with a chance to win, and you either do or you don't.
Well,
such a tough sport in so many ways. I mean, obviously they're all so gifted, and then you go, what separates? I mean, how do people win a major? To be great for 4 days, limit mistakes, have the right approach, mindset, all that kind of stuff, not get too rattled. Man,
I would like to do that. If you could do anything in sports, Jason, would it be win the Masters?
I don't know if that would be it, but that'd be on there, up on the list.
I'm talking like you win the Heisman, you win an NBA Finals as the best player, any of that stuff. I think I would want to win the Masters. Green jacket, lifetime membership.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously more of an individual sport. That's what the way
it is.
That's
a big reason. I don't want to give credit to anyone.
Like Dave wouldn't have done it without those other teammates.
I'll give credit to my caddy and my mom and dad.
Right.
And the man upstairs, Jim Nantz.
Yes. Hello, friends.
Western Conference top 10 in action tonight, starting with the Kings and Thunder. That's right here, Sactown Sports, 5 p.m. Final road game of the year, as I was telling you earlier.
Mm-hmm. You were.
Mavs at Hornets. Yeah, go Hornets.
It's fine.
Wizards at Timberwolves. Don't care. Nuggets at Jazz. Don't care. Warriors at Lakers. Let's go Warriors.
It's going to be fine either way.
Okay.
I guess. But yeah, Warriors probably be better off.
By the way, guys, will Draymond Green get a technical foul tonight? It's on TNT.
Yes.
I think 100% he is. Clippers at Suns. Come on, James Harden.
Yes. You've been a longtime fan of Harden.
Huge Harden fan. Pelicans at Trailblazers. Let's go Portland. It is going to be a very interesting month, Jason. I mean, we're talking about this week, but whatever happens this week, this interesting week is going to transform itself into a very interesting month.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about this being the final week, but we're pretty certain of a chance that 1 week from today is the 7-8 game.
I would say so.
It is.
And then you got that, and then hopefully a series after that.
Yeah.
I would say maybe that it's going to be an interesting month. Not as interesting, though, as Ram Truck Month that's going on right now at our good friends Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Very excited to be celebrating 75 years in business by doing what they do best, helping to get the truck you need for less. I like to call the first part of that an a cappella read. Right now, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn crew cabs. With over 500 new Rams available, you won't find a better selection in California. You won't. Bet you won't. 75 years, that's pretty amazing. It all started with Chad Hoblet's grandpa and great-grandpa's dream, and it's grown over the years to where they've had the chance to serve tens of thousands of customers and show you that there's something special about Hoblet you just can't get at the big city auto mall dealership. So go experience the difference at California's #1 Ram truck dealer. Search, select, and save through the whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. We will cross-talk with Styles and Watkins, celebrity birthdays and more next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When Cynthia came to TurboTax, she just launched her new side gig, a true crime podcast.
I'm a first-rate detective with a golden voice.
As her TurboTax expert, I made her second income count by guaranteeing 100% accurate filing and her maximum refund.
What did she do with that refund? Find out next week.
Switch to Intuit TurboTax and make your moves count. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Slightly Stupid. Live in concert. Saturday, April 27th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. With special guest Fortunate Youth. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Slightly Stupid live.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Tub Shed, New Dawn Treatment Sensors, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah, let's go. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, do you see the break that's happening between the end of this show and the start of your show?
No. Is it?
Wow. Dear goodness. I'll just say that right there. It's the very bottom. Nope, other side. Yep, very bottom left there.
Woo!
Yeah. You know what gives
So
me,
now, wrap this thing up.
gives people a chance to, use the bathroom. Maybe
Play some catch.
write a book. Good morning, guys. Hey, how was your big appearance yesterday?
Big.
That's
Huge.
Huge.
You showed up.
Yeah.
You didn't think I would.
Give this man his flowers.
I mean,
you didn't think I would.
Yeah, I showed up.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
You were equally as surprising, to be
It
fair.
didn't sound like it's very exciting.
No,
I'm not gonna lie, I was more surprised when I saw Dave.
I was
a
too.
whole lot more
I was
surprised.
going to say, Chris, were you equally surprised when Jason showed up as when I showed up? Which is insulting.
So my
I was there
reaction when
before
I saw
Chris.
Jason was just like, "Oh wow, Jason's here." That's
Hey,
cool.
Jason.
Yeah.
When's the last time you guys had been at an event like that?
Last time we had an event. For me, probably.
Yeah, Jason, for sure.
Same here.
Dave.
Yeah. We went to your
I
last remote.
swear to God, I don't remember the
No,
last
there was
time.
one last weekend, right?
Yes.
No, you had one.
Yes.
You were there.
It was great.
I was not at that one.
Dave was there. He ordered food.
Left the bill.
Left the bill? No, I didn't.
So I guess it
Not
was
only did I
some-
not leave the bill, I won't say who, but I bought 3 station employees drinks.
They were very
Something
accusatory.
something got confusing at the end. It's just 3 of us still there, and they say, "Hey, the guy with the black jacket left you with this bill." It was very confusing.
Well, I saw you pay for yours.
They're a sponsor, and I'll just say I'm sure they're right.
Yes.
It was all cleared up.
Okay.
It was all taken care of.
Yes.
It was actually really funny.
Definitely ran the card a few times, which I was fine with. By the way, because I'm this way, I just wanted to. This is an insight into my personality because I was thinking about the crosstalk. I did roll out there to support you guys.
That's
definitely. It was good to be out there. Love going to station events. It's one of my favorite things.
Where's it going?
But even on the way there, I just wanted to underline what a good guy I am.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the bottom there. That's the distance from my house to where your event was.
33 minutes.
33 minutes.
Yeah.
That's an hour and 6 minutes both ways, guys, for you.
Yeah.
That's called support.
You also, I mean, not to peel back the curtain too much, but like, your marriage was also like you had to prove to the wife that you were out and about with the coworkers.
I went to leave yesterday.
Is that what the call was?
I had to go, and she's not that
Was
way.
that a FaceTime?
It was
a
a
FaceTime.
It was because it was a bitch he was doing because on the way I had to go to my dad's because I got him the Ninja Creamy for his birthday and the thing that makes ice cream, and so I had ordered all this stuff and I had to go over there and like lay it out because I'm teaching him how to use it. So I went there and then I went from my dad's to you guys. But on my way out, my wife goes, "Hey, hold on, come back." And I go, "What?" And she goes, "Why are you wearing jeans and you have I smell you put a tiny bit of cologne on to go to your dad's." And I was like, "Well, because of my side piece." And then and we had a good laugh, mostly me, not her. And then I was like, "Dude, I'm going to a stupid event." Oh, and by stupid event, I met my dad's. Yeah, right. And then I'm going to go to the awesome remote that these guys are doing. I'm going to support my guys.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to call you from there. She's like, "Don't be stupid."
I know we have pictures. I need to find these pictures.
There you go. My wife's line is always like, "Well, if somebody, I can't say it all on you. If somebody's going to put up with you, then go ahead." Like her whole thing is like, "I'm not worried about you ever cheating on me because look at you." And she's got a point. She really does have a great point. So I'm just not. No, why not? What would you have said though? I just want to make it really awkward. I just make it. Anyways, great event.
Yes, it was.
Great
The
stuff.
whole freaking station shows up for these
Right,
guys.
right. Shout out to Fieldhouse. It was great stuff. I had way too many wings, way too many onion rings. Dave was surprised I was breaking my diet.
Yeah.
I had a burger.
I was eating everything.
That's a huge burger, by the way.
It was a burger.
I saw
You were
it.
eating it all, fatty. My God. I'm sitting over there. I'm like, I'll have a celery stick.
Yeah, that's
fine.
right.
And apparently a bunch of stuff I didn't pay for. More on that. Also, why is it when you and last remote I remember doing, which I don't know if I've done a remote in 10 years. I don't remember.
We haven't done many.
It's been a while, but it's like me, a promo guy, and like a rooster or something.
Yeah.
Some random thing.
That promo guy has a name.
Yeah, no, just I'm saying promo guy, not Bobby. Bobby's great. But these guys, like the whole station was there.
Yeah.
We had management there, salespeople,
Yeah, everybody was there.
Nate, his girl.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, Nate, on not crashing into anybody last night.
Or getting crashed in.
Or getting crashed into.
You made it.
Real quick.
I was also there, Dave.
I mentioned you earlier. I bought him a beer. Just saying. I wasn't going to say that.
Then we thanked everybody for coming out, and we had we cheered people coming in. Didn't you get a cheer? Didn't I get a cheer going for you when you left? Oh no, because you
got the cheers for people leaving.
Yeah, but you shady dipped.
He did. Yeah. I mean, that was an accident. I meant to think about everybody. I forgot.
Yeah,
me too.
Today is National Former Prisoner of War Recognition Day. Make sure it happens. These are heroes just got back from a couple months ago. Saw the excuse me, that went down the wrong throat. Getting choked up. I was in DC, saw the Unknown Soldier and all that. It was it's one of the most moving things you'll ever see. So if you know someone who's been affected or in general, tip your cap and then some, because we're right here if they didn't do what they did. National Winston Churchill Day. Hey, junior high. Right. Bulldogs, baby. And finally,
they played the anthem the other day.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. I'll bet you they played it the best. And finally, a National Unicorn Day.
I have a question for you guys.
This is Victor Wimbitt.
More so you two. Can you guys explain the one shining moment thing?
That's the song they play.
I just don't. It doesn't hit.
Let me tell you
at
something.
all.
Hey, let me tell you something. One shining moment.
Yeah,
it's trash. It's a trash song. It's dumb. It doesn't hit right.
I just think that this generation is just like you put a future beat behind it, and maybe like people would like it a lot more. But
hey, celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies. If you're gonna have a birthday, do it with Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies are fantastic. Get them today, or you're a moron. Back to you.
On this date in what year? One shining moment. Lil Nas X.
Hey, I'm about to watch it. He's got a documentary out.
My horse on the old damn.
He's a lot more than that. Yes.
By the way, Crumble Cookies, Steven was there who bought the cookies for my birthday, so I got to thank him in person.
Hey, small world.
That's who bought you the cookies?
Yeah. That's Lil Nas X is 25.
He's probably 27.
I
think he's like 23.
I was going to say, I think I might be too high.
23, 25, 20, what?
I think he'd be younger.
26.
Yeah, I think he's younger.
We have a correct answer.
23?
25.
Wow.
That was the end.
How about Kristen Stewart?
Is that the Twilight girl?
Twilight.
God, I don't know what person. She sucks. She's like literally the worst actress in world history.
But you get it.
No, her entire bit is it looks like she bit into a lemon.
But that's the shtick.
You're such a loser. I can't, like, honestly, she comes on the set and I see her in a movie, I'm out. I mean, I'm sure she's a nice person.
Yeah,
she's probably 34.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm going to say 32.
I'm going to say 37.
31.
We have a correct
God,
answer.
please don't be me.
Huge fan of Kristen Stewart. Carmichael Dave, 34.
Some might even say obsessed.
You 2 for 2.
That's me. Well, okay, go ahead.
You want to go 3 now?
Let's go.
Come on.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. Grand Trap.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid. I think
Rookie?
he's old, dude. I think Dennis Quaid is 70.
Yeah, he's up there, 71.
68.
No chance. No way.
Seriously? Gotta go.
That's what happens when you go to remotes, baby. All right.
No one's ever done 4.
Come on.
All right,
I'm
give
going to
it
give
to
you
me
the
real
option. Lisa Guerrero, Raheem Mostert, Luis Arias, or Sadiq Bey.
Give me Raheem Mostert.
Okay.
He is 28.
30.
Just say it.
It's like 31.
I meant 32. These guys next. Bye.
It's the final road game of the regular season for the Sacramento Kings.
Dropped over the shoulder by Sabonis. It's grabbed by Colby Jones. 32 seconds.